Jama akwa babie medeba eye ni 100.9 jomede ye frɛ no asɛm yi edika na yankɔ yanim sɛde medical aka no esɛm akodo akɔso na otwe mu ye boaboa no na yetime edi ho komo ma yankɔ eye ahoma no so ye ne eye wa west mrahye bedwani na okɔga na mrahye bedwafie ho nso a eye bambo mu nsɛm abedwakuo no ka ho bi na ye obi nso a odum se bambo mu nsɛm no so de wawida mu yie pa because waye post ni epen honorable Peter Lanchini Tobu ye ne no eni nkomo boku sensem a ohwe na botwe mu adwoada na etuato ne wukuada so na etuato na akwakofa nsem bebre ede aba boku sensem ye nim se kafi wo ho fugukura ye se ye nhyebi wo kromu ho nanso wo ho a na etuototo na amanfo etoa nananom ewonsiedo innocent people na etu aka hom na wamatoa nananom wonsiedo. How are we managing it? Yankwe Honorable Peter Lanchini Tobu ewo ahoma ne so. Honorable yamoache
minia majale mejo so umpomo
nyame adom boko na wonso
nyame na dum oti efo nyina zo boko de
yo nyakopa adom boko yeda se ene bra wanya de amaye anopa ye bisa se iti bambo munsem ewo boku ene ne mpatem. Where are we heading towards? Ye managing ye as omayana.
Ina mak me patro me dase. Ma me fa konyo wes na me chai tie po ina anope. Bebia ameno kasa bambo munsema asamba kwa ya me amesisi biom ne se. Yesi bro fu mo yesi. Insecurity anywhere is a threat to the peace and security everywhere. Yet ikrom ha esi Ukraine for Russia for their CND. The Pachogan and Libya own and say Ukraine the quite war. Russia the quite war. And the entire one and Kola our Mugusku Moho. A cotom. Your why bushing for more Russia and Ukraine from Watchom. A bit of Babia but few months back. So why I say oil price cost rope. And now Okoto fuel or filling station or be a Huncha Wagana. Ukraine, Ebayan. Russia, Ebayan. The here. Some bombs a back problem or Babia, what you call Mavaka and family. We are the Kamasim, what could they? A high but Tanaka might be doing you not in kind. We beat Marco Kono was Abeda. I did tell Quaba. So, but what's a same beer? A more thing, and right. The Pejasam or Parliament. The Pejasam like I no. I didn't see a bocon, I checked do. And ya dibia, you see, a 2 to 2 about what me patcho and means surprise you be. Minister Bien Robert Maka say, hey, I did what they see, I am one patcho. One what did Bien Niboko, Obian is saying it. Obian is saying 2 to 2 about what? A normal. So, I say a pep can be 7 months I didn't die. So Parliament Kabo, I'm a speaker, my director said, Minister for National Security, Minister for the Interior, Minister for Defense, me and Sunny here or more. Beg of you. Match a dear crown a Kosovo. I buy a dear crown a way up. Nayin tea, nayin bobo, and say a dream. Now, send a bear book was and no, a trovature. My main cat story we can crack and also. My copies keeping the brilliant Senate. Nkakotimi sha sen keten kido be na ji boom no kroni minache ewia kwa be password titi kroni na enkabo ma ba man kofa chase o mekasa e ma kroni sa peke biom no e ya sem kese minia ya call that for UN4, the two plane free New York, Echo Darfur, Echo Shia rebels. Rebels, they come to crown of desert, so 2 hours, name by the Echo. They landed room, baby. And I'm saying, where you have Rebel Conference, International Conference Center. A direct CBSC of desert more, baby. Now, near my rebels, in Tanwa. Meaning, the only name I would pure desert, and then be here. Professor Bakwan or Chad, they were University of America. On an almost spokesperson. And I'll catch them say, Nientia, what guy, tell better in America, what did they? Extra $10. I'll be share room how all come. Or check the name of after 45 minutes. Or Casavino, Obia of New York, Jama, who you and workers in that. Obia, Adentina, Asemna Papanakaye. Who's it? Or see, maybe Professor Namidino. My jai Arab Meshe room. The motive say rebel or a moment you imagine saying in Yazoo. Yawanyanta by your coast with a being. But at the end of year come, Yashisha say, and yet require a bit man lasted for the next 50 years. Adenti, at the end of year come, Yakumama in Chilman, Ababu say, but your Kasudan, a buying home, yes, Kasudan or mine home, ye Nipa Yankupon boy, and say, oh, buoyant to say Nipa. That's the first important thing. So Muntia and I'm one banner in a rebel, and a head in Suba and a head, but Assembly Yakan. We in fact, Nigeria Force Commander, dear, the Biamibon, that Major Lieutenant General Martin Agoy, I'm not sorry, I'm not familiar. No crow, wow, Kaya, Yawakan Naya, but we need be. So Yama did so just almost 30 something years. Me who in Tokobia see what Babia. Yedi two koya godin kuni a bin see that a two bama o the pine bomb na two grenade na two nipa na be wusa. But at the end of the day, one day we say yan class na cast them no yedi anu na be cast them no unu ni abet na se hwe mo nim na mo cast them no krende that dia na asumje sha se ba me kan go say obi oboko na o ye na adwen se media say ye two no more ye bit ma we ni san toko we ya. Oh, how Hokwa. Mube Kumu Hokwa. Minion man pussy for. Minion Kusasi for. Babia in Toko Free Libya, a BP Mali, BP Burkina Faso, Babia, Chai regional, a two a good honor. Access to weapon, any problem. Obi a bit man, but a two and a more margins of the Bayer, as she said, when I'm right. Mube Kwa, my way not affected Ghana. So the simple statement I'm making to million more workers say, "Ompe kwambiso, aban, ompe kwambiso." Na man pursue for any kusase for. Omo ama be amun Ghana kwampono. Ompe kwambiso na use no credit wa yanka eno na sumbiembra. But some person who you see a tool there, they catch them from experience there. Bullet be anywhere they asumbieba. They ankum nipa be fi mo jago. And fi mo jango a den tawata be mutema. Till thy kingdom come, won't come net, won't count now. Mina, Minis of my memory. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, my memory.
In Kola, you be. Time and I'm there.
Yeah.
In Kola, you be Yakoshia Moko. Omoko ya, Mabaku, the Numi Fumoya. And I separate you. Ya papa will be something. Then I didn't talk on it back. Baku say, a kutu back you, and a doctor in talking about other. If you shame where back on the same person, a kutu bobo. You know something. A kutu no happen. So we want to find out what do you really need. Back on the say, or compare the kinds of a kutu no. And about on the time kutu so back bobo. And one no. So in fact, idea of me no here is very different. But ni na share kutu no. Back on here in sooner what kutu no. Back on here kutu no their bobo. And one I didn't talk about. And we took a decision that society and that will be antenna. And a second child could do the crack. And a chimney soon in a good cab with the maba on open soon. Back on them. Minia, wow, person of bobble, no one I come. Back of bobble. Near all bobble and yaji. Near all here and sooner no than yaji. The problem is solved. But and a peace council, Juma. The National Peace Council, I doubt the capacity of the National Peace Council in relation to solving the Boko problem. And I say, National Peace Council, the only capacity, I buying on your It is even possible, sir. You bet man international peace consultant be. Obi ma bet na bokwa ono no masa. Onya Ghana ni krampo. Onya kusasi ni. Onya dagati ni. Na sibia mfiri boko side ho. Ono ne oni man say a professional peacekeeping techniques and odi ba say boko for me pese mi team. Kusasi for. No kra na e wo hono mon kan kyerem. Mambrusi for. No kra na wo hono mon kan kyerem. But no kra ba ko aye pe Ghana here no kra dey asumdie beba. I don't care about the Kusasi truth. I don't care about the Mampusi truth. I care about the truth that will bring Boko back to its normalcy. Because Boko is a very beautiful town. It's a business town. Oh, Boko. Me can't say maybe a chum. Let me more bonga.
Yeah.
Me call Boko small boy be a no business. Oh, commander. Me tell them that oh, you're and I'm so me buy and tell. Also, Boko had the old bad, don't worry. They don't pay be at the amount. Small boy, no, what's up. I didn't know. Oh, what you play the best 3-4. Small boy. It's a business and then the BS say, what I'm saying is that the Boko problem is a Ghana problem. Mamen Kadu in Chato. The Abayan Agent says, send a year no da and sign a bit cost why no dear. Ye hire one say a sikakwa. I didn't make a say.
Yeah.
Because Mikako said, BBC a top. Soldier phone call, police phone call, need the Moko Gukumo. Me patron Magari, when I need it. That be a son of him. Soldier for Bibrino Moko Gum. I put for Bibrina Moko Gum. Me patron I. The truth of the matter is that I post upon a soldier for a dear Gogubokono, and your omen of this in Unico. Omoko Bob Bine said at Intopano and Tre. Your fellow, they try to de escalate the conflict. No one created buffer bones to say, oh. Mampusi for no kusasi for. Omo beshama ejebia the krono. So omo de omo gina finfin say ntokwa embrace. But solution is the soldier for solution kwaboko. Opposite for solution kwaboko. E ya buy no said there say obey you see the National Peace Council approach. That Peace Council approach na make am. Enye omo ye National Peace National Peace Council Hong Kong. Ye probia obetuma ye strong mediator. Mediator no plan at the end of the day, peace agreement between Mampusi Kusasi. You have a roadmap. Africa said, "You not do a roadmap." This is about Muslims here. After that, in few minutes, you have a see roadmap the ending. Not no quite that. Not that. It's a similar issue of Bokonaba. Mampusi Kusasi for and Kabum Naba. Not just a Bokwasin Sam. Not at the Akosi. Say, I know, sir. Not ye. I been there. More soldiers, more police. You book carpet. It doesn't bring any solution.
Because as we speak in the Quran, yes, a bamboo ewo hono kra no se je sai DB ba be ka ho tana manfo DB kan kwa se bambon bambofo no kra so woni municipal chief executive no kra kasa na oka se bambo no bambofo ni so agemfa bi be ka ho of which eno so na wo kire se enye no ene bitima solve the problem
at all. Matter yes say bambofo a and say omo ye omo ko keep peace wo boko. Please, my men can't see so. They go and keep peace. They keep peace. They don't create it. So, some people who are not Omuko bought their mind. About my broadband, I want to call your home. The truth of the matter is that, but you see, and Bokukita, 11 mechanized battalion. They are creating 11 mechanized battalion in Boko town. I don't think that. At first, we saw your police work at Krakow. I near Massachusetts, 11 mechanized battalion. And what you say, a Hong Kong, a direction there. And armed forces headquarters, Boko. But the problem will still be there because the problem that is there is not a soldier solution. The problem that is there is the Mampusu Kusas who must come together and say, no credit why young cancer. At the end of it, as you give a bubble. Me pacho, Kusasi for. Muntimi fa sunjin baboko. Mampusi for Muntimi fa asunjin baboko. But Mampusi for Nikusas for Kabum, no more decided that you have bread. Ye guya hunimas. No crana dahono. Yanka na NCE. May na Kambum. The Abbasana advance support here. And let me say, here a strong mediator in the Boko conflict. A very passionate, impartial, accepted by both parties to mediate in the Boko conflict. Yes, sir. I saw your police home grow home. Omodo mo wo hose ya ntokono empeja. But solution is there. Solution is what them and say about some P. No solution in bra. Eba, I saw your they are not needed. Police one, they are not needed. We'll come back to normalcy. Oko da for maybe a chum. Oti na papa. It's too neto. Oko na ebia. Omo tutu na masisi am. Omo ya wedding cry. A two no mo. Obi ko end naming ceremony cry. A two neto. So a two the sound of the gun doesn't scare anybody. Na ye young ye. Na ko do mrem na. Asoja for na omo kon. In Crawford suspect say, hey, asoja for there. Omo ba support kusasi for. Man prison for the kusasi for soja for ni na be tra. A bedtime. And I said, I saw your phone mobile, on my supporting man support. I could say for on best sorry. Emma, on what the Kusoja phone man support in a no matter than combatant. Kaka and Kanakas who created rebel group of Roma. No cry down. There are a lot of experiences in this country. I saw your phone penning for police, one penning for Mukita international experience in conflict management. That's a kind of cry that day way. Ye politics supreme.
Okay.
Sometimes a bit of political flavor. You're making sure they decode this political flavor and film. Naked conflict between Boko, Kusasi, and Mampusi people. Nampe international certified impartial mediator. Number two, yes, I agree. There be a message of they are creating another battalion. They're bringing more soldiers. More soldiers. In the field of innovation, there be a at the end of the year, results not bad one pay. Now I think 10 days be at home and 1 year results one pay. Last year, results by 1 pay. If you don't like the results, why don't you change the approach? There be a decision for there be a police for in Tokona episode. So the solution is not found in the uniform. My man said, come see. The solution of the Boko conflict is not found in the uniform. Uniform there. Yeah, they could be a quiet one or buy a baby idea. So, Sakwan is be 6 months. So, you put police go one full year, full operation. With this, I 1 year, go room for our group for a deal. They are quite that name, and one more. That be you or my within 1 week. Not take that. But the Minister for National Security, the Minister for Interior, the Minister of Defense, Parliament, I can say, what is the new approach towards the Boko problem? That idea, and then we should expect it.
Na ye baby say kwanya ye fa so na dagbon issue ye hwe ye ma mpanyufo timiti na se resolve ye the sa template no enye appropriate ewo ye bokudie mu ana.
And that is especially the point I was making. Say, who fear dagbon they are eminent chief. That by October also 2 for to the second. Eminent chiefs, they don't have any interest in Dagba matter. For 2 for Nebabia knew how to compare or in India or Dagba Manson. For 2 for so also a can't say about Dagba. Quite a fast man of Canada, and none of the first. I'm saying a Kayama, a beer who says, Ahini and Ankasam, we need to start codifying them. I said the 2 remnants of 2 book. Oh, ba obeni na akaka book no say yen ye fia na say di ohene ahene no we fia na ahene no se na ekono obi wu a kwa ya fa so nie gate baako 2 3 and wo kro ha e call rounds e do gate wa sa na yem e say codify bibia na entron to na emboa na enye papers into ba bia wo be kan na akopɛ paper ba kire say ne pa nye sa na yem ye de kokota paper no da ho but ye de anu na me nana ebe di ohene wa hanti ese me di hin uko bisa ni ntia ona na be di hin no ebi a ona na ko be di na a mistake so some mistake yan fa so yan to aso nye. So I'm very sure say the template that you see for that one is a template that I'm talking about, a professional impartial mediator, whether on your Ghana, whether on your Ghana, but mediator who says for any man who says for Amoti Boko. Omuna be just to say, as soon as he did, only any interest. No credit that why you can't appear, or be making sure say, they are no back home, they are pet solution to the problem. So I think that government should begin to look at that and invest into it. Okay? Let me tell you, the budget I you see in the area of security in the book, what the say the last 5 years, budget, security budget in Kwan.
Yeah.
What the 50% of that, after proper mediation negotiations, spend on that, you get better results than say you add more soldiers and add more police.
na okay afei yɛnhwɛ ɛyɛ bambofo yi koraa no ɛkwa sɛ yɛtete mpo sɛ wɔn no ɛkora no wɔn kɔ a na wɔn atrigger nneɛma bi na wɔn ekunkum amanfoɔ kunkum wɔn ayɛmoa ɛno ɛnam so ma Ghana Armed Forces foɔ koraa no ɛnra wɔn de statement ɛba abɛto abɔnten a na wɔn kyerɛ mu sɛ ɛnyɛ saa na ɛteɛ but wɔn no ɛrekɔ akɔkɔhwɛ sɛ asomdwee bɛba saa akɔ no ɛsɛ yɛde yɛn hwɛ hɔ sɛ bambɔfo no yɛde wɔn kɔ no koraa no exactly what are they doing ɛdeɛn pɔtee wɔn adwuma a wɔn kɔkɔdi wɔ hɔ no sɛn na ɛte ana.
Nipa atwa me dase. Question here, a very important question. Minia, the one number Montiana, you know, who said police ni. And I do by 1 a.m. Who could pitch police by 2-3 edge in a babia. Say, who crack out, go home, I say, of more to him. Oh, police forward idea. I am safe. Who could be a soldier for so I say, oh, soldier forward idea. I am safe. Because Omonuman said they will provide security for the Ghanaian people. They will provide security for the citizenry. All the villages around. Naju 1 a.m. Who's a soldier for the car basically? Who's a police for the car basically? Who names a way there? And your man police for another attack here. And your kusas for another attack here. We are national security. So Oma by there, you come to him. At the end of the day, almost as if we will feel no more boom for a shot down there. Because almost a soldier for Ankasa. Make up what he's saying. They are feeling here that inflation bump. Not in control. I can organize it. No more switch at there. And I must police at there. No more attacking village. No more destroy village now. The next time village before we say a soldier for being back. I say switch at there and I say police at there. They will not have the trust to say, wait, soldier for more than a soldier for. Maybe not opponents, no. No more dresses. They will not fear the uniform. They will not fear your car. Now, at the end of the day, if you are not first one is a fake soldier, second one is a genuine soldier. But you see, the bedroom you would find it very difficult to determine one is genuine and one is fake. Make one here, means nothing the Uber had. Then you know, young penny here now, I didn't know a cost of Bokono. Because, let's say, 2008, that village, Yamokoya, Mokataki, a soldier for you, but Pulas again. Let's say in Kropovico. Omokoye never be praying. But at the end of the day, in Kropovico, it says, send no money a genuine soldier. So the next time we people know a genuine soldier, what is the guarantee that we know the only genuine? It's a very dangerous thing. Young share, then cannot send it here. And I think that the Ghana Armed Forces, I salute the Chief of Defense Staff, the very proactive way of and I think that I salute the IGP. Trend out there by and Facebook and information is so important to diffuse tension. BBC na so I will encourage them to continue to speak out, to continue to educate the public. BBC na nye soja amunka se pache we nya BBC na nye police amunka se we nya police. But all the same, you have confidence in the security services. Let there be confidence in the uniform, so that obi who say ojina mountain in Bokwa, no who say we there, and your man proceed libi and a question soja at their back rooms of the kum kusas for, and your kusas in libi and a question at their back of the kum man proceed for. My answer making sure say, and maybe at your operation gone by. There is no way out IGP back come and Nanuba for and I say Kongomba for. I won't police must come back to their hometown to go and fight. They won't do that. Because oh yes, sir. Or quite over here now, align on not attacking the other tribe. You forget about the professionalism because me papa who are me who are only at Adena no. It won't happen. So as soldier for a police one more, almost making sure that let's screen them properly. Who allow man proceed in Boko in the name of Ghana Armed Forces. At the of the Kwakwayan, actually no tea at the ASEM. Who allow Kusas maybe zone shot at them Boko in the name of the Ghana Armed Forces. Actually, no, even the perception. Because who knows? Yeah, Adam's name. Adam in the school. Adam made Nabai. We see the bed of Abayo. Because Omunim said no can talk one of and some of the school. Omunim in the past 10 years, so the soldier will change anything. Or your Kusasini or your Kusasini. or your man prisoner, or your man prisoner, or your dagatini, or your dagatini. So the professionalism of the man in uniform will continue to be respected in the middle of this heat. Now I'm making sure that what is important in managing conflict, that strong political will, a strong mediator behind the uniform that we see.
Yeah.
As soldier for police who are marginalized in a home. The white today as we give a banner, the political will, and a strong mediator. Bokofo in Abeja to say, or Kasa,
Okay. I'm say very profound. It's a yabeke and na yeke curfew wo ho fugu yesu bia nche fugu ewo krumu ho because a man for the etu yihye mu no ne ade esu ni nyina mu no still just a situation the woman na BBC abent na just say ya wo kan de sa intermediaries we no enya de a it is helping to solve the problem. There being it curfew, being it say be band, they will be and share smoke. Ebo eyo krumu ho and they can just say no, and ya dear so will be out because you implement it, but what is the result?
Me pacho me dance. Me pacho boku conflict no. There are two phases: the security phase and the conflict resolution phase. Security phase, as soon as you police, but they are doing security work. So, I see I'm talking about room. Baby, I who I best at you. Any security work to ensure say interconnect be brassy. But I can say the conflict management approach say you be pay as you ama bokono. It is not in the gun. It is not in the uniform. It is in the boku people and a strong will of government. So be pay obia. Or ye impartial in the matter. Boku ko nyina akusasi for man principle. Or media team say asuma si de ye born dia. Akusasi for jitum say ohun no kra obeka. Ye born dia. Man principle obeka say ohun no kra obeka. Anything when you qualify the National Peace Council, I am me try be na master. Na say me nya appear studio question the former Peace Council chairperson or the council. Me sure you see, this is the reason why politicize National Peace Council. It is a danger and in fact a threat to national security and Kasa. There will be a one National Peace Council. Yet the politics but foreign. Say be or your NDC and I say or your MP to it. The Ekobasa or credibility in that court. But a back name a bit is here. That institution I find National Peace Council. Or more than some no be agitating say, when him the Omunjana and be answer. No make canon or more Kamagana. But I suspect say, politics a woman. Obeka could do one. Obi away, man pushing your NDC. Or share Peace Council chairman now, if you are fan say, let me appear to the guy. Step up and grow MP. So we MP more. Yet the politics run more, none of class. So let's be careful in building our state institutions. The also obese police attack, the obese soldiers are there. See the person as a professional soldier. See the person as a professional police officer. But Nipanakasa, your own professional conduct also shows that. Who names say na me MPP branch chairman gra. The see me be soldier media. Me a professional soldier and your MPP you man marry. Then at the end of the day, your sister, security service I'm there. You color all of them with political colors. At the end of the day, they come back to so simply put, near soldier boy, near police boy, and here to create an enabling space, solution. It is not them. Say on chef Gugum and no emphasis in Maboko. Say on fact you Gugum and no emphasis in Maboko. Tunu buy because OBGD say OBCCOB and I'm not tunu buy. So young conflict the needs of the people. What do they really need? It's not about their individual interest. And I win a conflict management approach. I is making sure that an independent, impartial, professional mediator or best step into this matter. I buy me say, one person can own Triaka. Me say, if you reduce the security budget by half, now making sure that you push that budget into proper mediation in 1 year. That will in the same way. I check. And they are ever ending forever. But the Miasha Siana Catasua, and the Suja Kobi Brekobua, and Jukatrana Ajay. And Jukatrana Ajay is not a solution. It's not a solution. Because at the end of the day, if you don't solve it and you put soldiers there, I mean, Opia, Muntu Boku for a military and police barracks. But Babi on my quack, she had been to talk on the That is not the approach. That can help us.
Now, do you have somebody in mind?
No, I don't really have anybody in mind now. I don't have anybody in mind. But I think that there will be some national security minister, Minia Penny, Kandapa, will be some Minia Dominic, will be some Minia Penny, and with I'm sure, sir, even Ghana, they will find somebody who will be in terms of conflict resolution only. And in terms of Bokwins and same way, only any interest via. In terms of politics, only any interest via. Stanley panel. Or shall say, with all the steps that you need in managing such deep conflict, you better take your time. But the final solution is very permanent. But yes, idea. There be a catch security ASEM, but it is not a security related matter. Security people go there to ensure they make creative space. They have a solution. There be a more creative space. The people behind the scenes to find the solution, we don't do it. Na kwatiada, na kaja, na kwatiada, na kaja. This time there, Ghana for Yambua, na abanyan yes, na for consent, no credit idea, na akwata babina kwatoye. It is one too many. It's quite embarrassing.
Okay. Where the major we na yentimi national issues to say nay said ya normal bo kosro from wo kosro ye nyanity say president and the cabinet Asia na woma pe the troubleshooters solutions are ebitime asosano so far ohwa aban no eyebi situation no are you overwhelming and I send it here domkuma or Ghana Majibe defi
media we have the men. Master, if you have the men, you don't act during crisis. You act before the crisis. If you have the men, projections of the analysis of the in the next 2-3 months, danger at the enemy. Analysis means and then a flashing red. In the next 6 months, a flashing red. Then you start to work toward ensuring that flashes now MVP. Yet we have the men. We have the men. What a fantastic economic management team. Bibiagu, Ajagu, Enumu, and cabinet meeting. So, anything they do now is ad hoc pressure because a judge is still not at the time. Now, in the heat, a junior basis. Everything you do will just be rapid and M1. So for me, it is better late than never do. But I'm telling you, I've written on my Facebook wall on my status many times, Mr. President, democracy, we will find very good leaders who will come. If you find a very incompetent president, Master, so when the good one is going, you are in pain. When the bad one is staying, you are in pain. But at the end of the day, the beauty of the democracy is that my good never and my bad not. But in between time and you at the end of the giant. Meaning, in the bit of democracy, if you appoint, you have the power to disappoint. Mr. Ramikau, Minia Penny, Honorable Kenofurata.
Yeah.
A fine gentleman, very brilliant person. Economy is not cut out for you. Say it and say it well. It is not. It is not. The president, to be honest, Minia, MPP here what the men. That is true if you have the men. The Honorable Kenofurata Bana, you see they were confused, so he will be on them. Open vote for parliament. After no nam Kroma or town hall meeting. You see the confusion. Open parliamentarians, Mama to Obama or pass E-levy. The people who are supposed to vote for you to pass the E-levy. Why are you not to nam Kroma or town hall meeting? Is it another political campaign for 2024? Some are urging what I want to say. But the truth is that if you do your best and your best is not enough, can I say, Obi Owa will be seen. President, Obi to my assistant cabinet. Media, and maybe a human President Bayano or appointee number 125. And I can tell you that is the beginning of a wasteful government. You can't do this and expect that Ghana will progress. A small nation with 125 ministers, MPP work at so Munjai Kasa, President on 500. I dare him to say Ghana between 500 ministers bit might transform Ghana. President, go ahead. And then go in some amount. After 4 years, President Ankasa who said it was a wasteful venture. Why say Ghana Sika Kwa? A Sobian Friswamba. Obian Tunu for Honor Shah says Otitisu, you know, or ye beef to but again that and I want to that's dinati. I didn't go and ego. Media, Minya MPP, Mia Ghana ye yamipe. MPP Aban was not Ghana ye yamipe. NDC Aban was not Ghana ye yamipe. But the truth of the matter is that I didn't jigu amuyanka. Yakana muntia, obvious so overcome. Massa, I done a bugu a wee naso, and a down boomerang. Konoko filling station. Konoko Makana oil cry and Matoko Hediani. Oh, the Konoko Henny Kosoku. And we nati and two so to buy time. Basa, a come the Nipana say, to bar. It is a very dangerous president for security of the country. A comma ba, a hotra ba. Munkanta Boku for the they shouldn't make a to any so attractive. And Wagana. Now, President Nanaku today. Near Mr. Nana, Mr. Unim. In what you at the time of your campaign 2016, yet it's a castle come there. Oh, by it is a total mistake. Why, you can correct the last 2 years. Wait, my baby. On yet, in Compona Moya ministers, and young Monkwana or MPP more. Take the system. My being quite national bimbra.
But what your shocks are ben you buy with facing so. Is it not fair to say a buy no your challenges one COVID-19 and now recently Russia, Ukraine and Tokoi and no I'm from one show a sure 10 to me. No and ya idea fair to say COVID ebe ha ban ama abine to man to total no me be sankoye.
COVID, no, I quite say a ruby I told come. This is a mugu to talk. That's a broad. Yes, then Akobam, Usisi Oya, Akobam, Onaya Oya, Akobam, Okoya Oya, Akobam. A do as I baby. They say COVID, now let's take that position. Say, I want you to buy. What can be I say COVID? I am telling you the value of honesty, no credit. Our Ghana, and Mamumua, and COVID would have been a blessing to Ghana, not a guest. Because the Kaya Faso COVID in Tia, the Kaya Nyawa international institutions, Britain Woods institutions, Miss So, Nipa saying who will COVID more Ghana. What is the level of devastation? Yeah, closely some portions of the country. Obian Pia, but when we do it, all the international shocks are here. The resilience of the Ghanaian people in relation to COVID. Yes, you may kind of cry. And COVID, you may bless the mom and can say, but it will maybe sometimes it can be bad when you say that beer at the end of the day. So can I be more? Who didn't send a wedding in the era? At this year, no one. I don't think that we can use COVID as an excuse because all the economic analysis and compliance Corona can say a good at that 12 March 2020 and COVID case landing in Ghana airport. Not a good at that. But you can't say, oh, we are waxing lyrical. Look, the economy is on track. It is the best economy we can ever have. It is the most resilient economy since independence. Oh, can you do it? The government of one account must say, who didn't associate Bronson or fear? The early morning dew. A time, but then in Nabu. And yet, they can hear. One I say is resilient. And just 2-month shocks received from COVID collapse the whole economy. And we can't find a way to go. The truth of the matter is that now no more celebrating a brand TV or parliament. I've read about him, I've listened to him, and as Dr. Mbad Asbeyabwa.
Yeah.
They say only parliament. That's MPP for if they want to be honest and stop this family and friends thing and believe that the MPP as a party, a national party, or a national party, if you have the men, you have a lot of them. But Honorable Ken Obrata only the best. in the MPP in terms of the economy. It is better for us to begin to praise and Akufo the 2024 Branta non-co because Babia Yedri the owner does keep us in the area of the economy. When Dr. Mahmoud Baumia said there were done a digital man or the economy because he's not finding space to be able to do anything that he wants to do. What any textbook economy? The textbook economy, you don't have any impact. 170 questions for the late His Excellency Emisata. He should answer the questions himself now and see where we are. Wow. Yes,
Aye. We see it to Yawunia, we see it to Yadrium.
Aha. And President Mahama Kai, I see none of you had ever gotten closer to being a president before. And the incompetent Mahama, Mahama not done an angel on Namu. What done an angel?
Isaiah.
Nana Kupa not by no more than Mahama angel, the angelic leader of Ghana's history. President John Dramani Mahama. Ah, that's what I see. I see, Miss Sumimai, I saw doom so myself. And the dooms I am going to buy. The thing started collapsing many years. Me buying a good me Gina said, me peace mill. Then got power and the songs are. Me solving once and for all. I tell you, at the end of the day, 2016, this thing was fixed. They have not been able to add 1 megawatt to what President John Mahama brought. And so they be light, financial challenge. And they so the truth of the matter is that, Mr. President, after the cabinet meeting, some of us will expect, say, the audience say Ghana, or Benyan legacy be in cinema that the kind of history. Oh, I remember say Professor Adu Bwahi, or one, but this time, 2 paragraphs, the legacy of President Nana Akufo of the in fact, it is sad, but he has time. 2.5 years more, he can do something.
Okay.
And I can say, Nana, yeah, baby, Nana, do something. Nana, do something before you die. Do something because this legacy is the worst ever in our history.
Okay. And Anope, that's a pan bra when you're my any one song was submissions for the Ababetuja. That's Anope. Nakopo Insha one song. Yene eye wa West Mrashe Bedwani your friend Honorable Peter Lancheni Tobu ono na yene no edi nkomo no efa bokun se nsemo ho ne said ya oman eko nana ka metwe ne mo se eye the Greater Accra Regional Secretary Edema NPP na oyeme guest ewodwumadi so ba minim what is really happening untimi emba bedru eye ni odailai paka minim what is really happening iti yegusom aye ni 100 points na bedwafo no so beba na womo ababa betina se dwumadi ye frɛ no asabi yi edika wadwe kyerɛ de befa 050 372 1744 050 372 1744 eho na de befa na yakenka bibia na yede amount ewe lit 100 points na Jama wakwa babi emedeba eye asem yi di kanso e woni 100.9 yeguso a yedi komo se de medical ka abedwafo no ba betena se Lee Tekpo udru MPP UK a otum say yes wo mo ye bia papa kan one of the communicators no ho MPP UK Lee Tekpo wagene dwakra dada yawa sanita no oye organizer the Liberal Party of Ghana yaw enso eba na Peter Akwesi Mensa, member of the NDC National Communication Team. Yakodo me kwabenya. DNSC. Oh, pa sambe friend mama na yankona yano ending komo. Yana nanan kroma. One of the 4 persons womo edi dome kwabenya abatoɔ no MPP abatoɔ no akɔ court. Na yana no ba bedi komo ne ebisa no. Reliefs ben na womo siki court ɛyɛdeɛ bɛ important fairness bɛn na ankɔ so yi ɛdeɛ na ankɔ ye ama electoral coordinator abato yi na wɔn ɛbɛto na akɔba sɛ wɔn de akɔ court nana nkroma ɛwɔ ahoma ne so nana yɛmɔ akye bɛba ɛte sɛ
adome hɔ yɛ mark na so
nyame adom bɔkɔ ɔde akyɛ yɛn na dɔme kwabenya MPP mabato yi edenti na mumu bia fade asɛm yi akwa court.
Very well. And pay fa kwanya so na ya oti for ya do me kwabenya for nya kwabenya delegate kwabenya party mi do we dia ya mark e obi sa asɛm yesi ni sɛ ya wonu sɛ party ni gina kono share we the party in the constitution and brand swan say party share from the base or in the polling station executives. You are in the area coordinators. So the area coordinators Sana we inform BD constituency in Mankasa the executive. Process nana starting. And now a constitution is which is and your modalities now a guide election. All constituencies are on the regional rep. We fall under Dakar. We see the agenda to Jambodi Kaya. Every zone, every constituency be a regional rep. Now, this is the formation of the committee. Now, the chairman of the committee, the chairman of the constituency part, secretary of the constituency will be part. There will be an IT person appointed to. There will be an elderly person in the constituency to be part. Council of Chairman of Elders will be part. And these are the formation of the committee. Now, no Nipo BD a deputy Greater Accra organizer, I friend Jeff Cassin, and I the head of the committee. Now, in fact, my mobile, the member of parliament, Musubenya rep or committee. But previously in Manchester, we felt say we are better set up than it was before. But your Bontana committee is no almost share or embradia iduma. And now rep no the car say or more I say that is the chairman of the committee, Delphi. I say and now we any basabasa you are across other constituencies. I energy say and Kayan Transina old executives previously our mumbre or time maybe let's retain them. As I say, old executives no more consent executives that are like I ever told Muswaban in Teniomo. Now, of Office Electoral Commission, be a newly created polling station of Bamika Benya, 157 polling stations. Abeka 3991, you what that means new polling stations will be anything because of what the executive there was some trouble the executive. You know, we decision say newly created a police station because they are fashioning the constituency. Honorable Sir Joseph any Michael contest as a constituency no much in order to bring peace. 157 police stations monte between these two factions. The use factions advisedly. Into committee now yes so interested parties yes you buy your constitution bullying or said to about consultations near and on a some they are needed anywhere on parts of it. And Yanka, Yanka, only national discussing the national justice and Tiasebi Jumadia near Babia people. So go ahead. This is what agreement before the beginning. From Tiase, member of parliament was informed. Now, maintaining old executives out of the 199. Then almost 157 or so, almost split it between. Now can you say Tiasa Ejuma? As some cano in the fact binding in our say, and amendment day. And into Jamaican's old executives, Nanka, ye, assuming say to Aba, and find say, I retain your money now.
Na and only police station executives na.
Yes, polling station executives now old one.
Old ones, no.
Yes, you find say by the decision of the committee,
Committee, no. Not just a woman, they have been maintained.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like so.
Okay.
Then 157 or so, no, because the decision was that let's split it between Ajosafo and Akopi. So therefore, Ocha calculate will be a 70, but from 1 or 2 police stations, I be a better. Now, I'm going to take his decision. No, knowing said, ten man only secretary, no, Aya Ote Bonsu, any Theophilus and Salabino, what team up with the regional rep, or Jeff Casimo, me MP rep, no, Mashishe BBA, Mache, Meritini, Dinaka was some show MP rep, no more mano, the details of the work, that is like the completion of the album. Let me use album at this stage. Because Ushishening na a better album, I had the better coordinators about and then no casting. I was a battle. Where MP Reply requested, Mummy Abonibi, Mummy Abonibi, Sammy Infant maybe, also and you're ready, a pepper. The no casting. I sat a night about 20 pepper song and drew a there 1 o'clock. Normal information by say, Abon I ready now. You're got to zone coordinators. Remember, coordinator be a copy. Now, coordinator be a bet 100 Ghana cedis. And son, the abonama. A swap back was sent the NCD. In Chia, Tika for Aboma, ye de call election. We see, in Chia. You will say, Ubi person changing coffee. It's okay. Because a crucial, a Beijing waiting in Yapua, and yes, it's here with the young Kodiabo. No, for focus to do now coordinators. The Koshabon mark out of 3, and in fact, the total number will come to 101,702 executives. As of now, the catch was say, or more MP in crop for, or more MP in rep, no, or more chair, or did crop for buy, say, and fancy moment, say, we name crop for 800 of them. We you give you abon, heading crop for acquisition. Maybe, you know, what your crop for, in fact, in Berwan in our abon. In Berwa, Obi, Abrabia will be 5 years, Obi be 72 years, the moon in our Mrs. Abon. I have a party, and I say a party. And no, now you should nothing. We are raising consent to your committee. They will not even listen. MPs was very unsettled. Why are very uncomfortable with what has gone on? Because we said, minimum in I do fine. I then after the baby, open to muchin. I said, you MP, I won't pronounce among them was a man. And then you get on one ground on my head. The hair and idea community. And soon we say, you penny for me, on Fanchami, Patapapi to at the brand or I'm saying, ye now your crop for the baby and from Kodani. Then run before that, you cannot no pana ya cocoa because now ye won't dear AAC. I see in Ampa. It is the enemy Bitinani. The Kodani called Madina, sorry, Adenta, and Omogranti. The day have some courtroom, Omogranti, motion on injunction, a judge, and it's your mind. Now you buy and a best level, the chairman of the constituency or a member of the committee, a chairman of the Bunsu. Bailey, according to my information, across the Jeff Casimina or the regional rep or chairman of the committee. Almost no One pay in a bill, no, equal 7. Basically, man who said a court injunction, pan or kitchen here. Now, we that believes in rule of law. That's why you had the papa as a court, there are several court injunction. They said it first. I was so sure now go count them so. If you might have you want panel be in Hajia, if you are not teaching or Gian or kitchen in Tuka. And Ukraine sure said you need to answer that also in court. You need how it will pay. And the court ground. In fact, injunction need to back free. Pabenya circuit court.
Yeah.
Because there were other parts, no, they were not happy about what's going on. Before we didn't need to film, said you, Manefa we soon count. There was another decision said, and I'm saying, do no with Tiasintino. That old on some old executive abonum. Some committee, they say, let's not say, I say, maybe I'll give me somewhere 20, and also no, I'm 10, I'm a fan for a mess. And that's what I'm for MP rep, but born in total share, I'm with them called fashion women now. MP's rep, I'm in no casting crime, Abon, we need currently as we speak. That's not one of the album. There's on one case for with deep and so, no more share upon. It's a call court for interested party in court, and almost every one service, Mama John will do, and data carriage, and committee and every member of the committee as seven. But he had saying, no, must say, the Abizi, I want to say, they were going ahead to the election. And then I have to say, almost from comfortable man. You know, judge not saying the police commander within the district, man, he indicated there was an injury. And Ramen and Prof. The short said, now we are getting some election. Police should be there. Yes, I sure say other parties be so enthusiastic. You know what will happen. So also informing the police here. Now we know that they are for peace. Twist and I'm on sure say there should be an enforcement.
Okay. Okay.
This is the history of that you be in Cedar. And so we trade the kind of leaders we leading of Democrat. That is why we have today.
ASEM. Na enormous informal the decision mamo womo maintaining the old executives and your polling station executives and Ediana SSA eba electoral area coordinators anymore and on the SOMOTOABA.
Well, first of all, the crap on a boomra, your party in the constitution. It's a party that believes in competition after competition, believes in cooperation. It's a GD say, I was sent to Kotoa, but I said I'm a dick and kind. And penny for me, I don't want in Lechi. Nanka, if you are a course of paper, thank you, I don't put it. You're sure, say, I'll soon give it to me. But the way you could see, no, not just say, Obia for critique, so, or Obia grounds, and who say, Obia only grounds, and maybe only support or grounds, you know, problem for or not so move to about no yin for. But this way a daylight robbery. A bit of Friday in our Cooper saw walk on cry. That daylight robbery, one and a better was it, by scientific. Into the polling station executive, number one, the executive, Osho Mudinimo, they are up in arms. Polling station executive, almost newly created polling station of 157. They are also up in arms. And so you can see the anger and the satisfaction the people there. This is I mean now because we say it's going all over, going all around. Say their air course. I think the party hierarchy set up. This is a preparational ground for opposition. They are not a party setting. These are the things, the symptoms. I am 2008. The party co-opposition. After President Kufuor had done a human job country on a good. It must one party in a system when I ever turn out an ADD party no more. I tell you, say heading for day.
Okay. All right. It say need the much secure the injunction. ente
Yes.
say abato ne baso ente
Yes,
dia mo hwehwe ne say won be restore sa names na womo eyi free mo no be 800 names no.
exactly. So there is IAC say first of all, the move to mean for pay your new Jumadia.
Yeah.
Then let's go by the normal constitutional way, which is about to.
Okay.
Then let's go. In na nko to aba na obi win no we win. Say a charge yen sa. Say yes yen kontokwa. Na yen obi a obi win no on fa me nsa ni nyina. Na wo si o there bi ye ko a ebia obi be pra. Ma yen ko. Nti mo no yen che. Se be ya so bi baba. Na yen nya to so yen che. After your hotel, I will go 2.5. And I mean, or the same half. Then for your Kuntokwana, then can you Kuntokwan and go now boom and go there for training in our grand area. It's okay. I'll see you in China, maybe I have Koyan coming on my boom. And I'll be on our boom. I'll see you in Chedia. Then we expect, say, equity must work.
Okay.
Can I say, the share and not say a bayano, and one year Jumadia, and let's go by the constitution and go to Aba. People be winning anyway. And yes, after there, nothing in for the boom say, yes, nothing. Now they are share, no, yes, paper. So then, court is only there to settle dispute. Anything they ask them a copy.
Okay.
Court no membrane. But you pese pintin, akasakasa and talk about. But what we are seeking to tell the other side is almost peace. You shouldn't attempt to go on with this election. Because others will also not sit down for them to be. There also move past to me here. Let result the court come back amicably and resolve our issue. But from what we are hearing and seeing, our people, the other side of the don't like peace. Yeah.
Okay. Enti abato ne de dia wo kan de say base wo mo ebu mra no so no mo kokoto de na te say ye besi wo ho na nya papa.
Me no say no pay me no say. I say people are massed up at the place. But I'm calling it tell them that nobody should go there. But it looks like sometimes people who are controlling the people's temper is also another difficult thing. Until we are indicating the police that yes, among say out on embassy now because I can also tell you say and she now about for the baswa now but this is just to tell them let the other side for no kasana yakoto in a wopompo ya try say ye but this is not what we are supposed to do. So I will tell the chairman of the constituency, Mr. Sebusu or Timia, tell the secretary of the constituency to Salabi, Yan saying now what to make Quabian in any team. Fambra and Yituma. That is what we are seeking to tell them this morning. Your medium.
Yo. Yada si anope so ni edin komo.
Yo Mark.
Nyakopon sha. Nana Nkrumah one of the people that womotimi secure on junction e dia to domi kwabenya abato no so one na yene no din komo no. Abejafo na tena se mehwe anim se Peter Akwasi Mensa eba be kan member of the NDC. But answer na no Lee Tekpo atena se. Lee emo akwaba.
Mark, long time.
Long time, pal. At the COVID into time, Craness or Bagana into Mama.
Yeah, well, need to.
Now, you get to say,
oh, you could, dear, send you no. And if you are sending you on the first, anticipate him to know. Then you are possible and a halomnia. Same thing, and I know. As a halomnia.
Okay, indeed, nature say, okay, said the COVID, no, etia. What was I to oh man, say, another variant biaba, and just say, normal basa. A bush of where there be I am just young to Ghana. Hey, so far, what banner to say,
oh, say, Mumu, dear, a sign, vaccine, majority now,
okay.
18 ama abrasik.
Okay.
And a fence rain wall no sabe take center stage.
Okay.
18 ama any idea at pioneer no one of them for our pan.
Oh, okay.
Ama you know, 10 year net person who near them. I know a brass.
All right.
Because it came to a time when a day no, we were burying about 2,400 people. And, yeah, look at the size of it. You know, we be and Kifuada Kakra Hobay, but majority no percent.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right. Okay.
As we speak there, and Yama,
okay. Okay. Now MPP UK so no make us.
Oh,
move follow the course my battle year course waha what them ba mama ya akwaba ya sanita no
Mark Jerry
nana ya me akwaba ti say
me just so ina nyame ahia
okay baby go
so here
oh nyame ado odi ache
couldn't have a better name for this program
oh yes ASEM yedika ASEM yedika yeah the two you make be say bebe eti li na me bisa say so far mo so mo wa manone MPP fu mo wa manone nom ne ade saying na etie eye mo party elections ya ekoso saying na ete dem
in natural fact, you know, near metumi aka fa near kosu ni nyina internal party structures when internal election. And you may be saying no, I na a tie cost. But near me who is as lessons, yeah, I think is a free asking. I say, any year. And you know, never banging on is you know, we have to use the past correct the by the executives. I ratio musa and yam on the Google form near the bit to me because baby, I do system. And whom here said forms back party chairman and then say distribute forms. Yeah, digitalization. Okay. Anything is net and so be percent forms near the now. Or download no side. I feel be. The office say include the baby to me be room abaye year. A copper said the cry. Obey a what they call interviews. You may pick the person out. And you know, I think as time goes on, the next thing that we're gonna do right now is, as I said, download will not be download internet.
Yeah.
Because that would be the best practice.
Yes.
If all, but I prefer court action.
To trust them and talk.
Yeah. Because if you don't understand anything, the only place for you to settle your case is the court.
Yeah.
That's right. Because as a that was
okay.
I don't know. And
okay. All right. But I said, need 100.9. Yeah, over commenting kakra MPP for elections, what may secure injunction, we had Dominic Wabinadi and some other few areas, yeah. And also said it here. So far, what comment on?
But I say, I mentioned the first time you share now.
Yeah.
Understand the reason why and the nose mask it team na yeah they are pound.
Yeah, and obviously I know one way.
So they over could I have a modern Africa said.
And no idea no that one Kuntumri. Oh, very important. Oh, and then the
no one has a bell boy or mine now.
Oh, video.
Oh,
Na no ope kontomiro.
Ebia na wunim no. Ade onyo chi ni. Oya chi. Obedi nko.
Za.
Do modi na de dan kwa kuzi aka ho.
No way. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No manom. Is oh, okay. What they in your bad? It's in your bad. Yeah. Yeah. You are so first vice. And this. Yeah. But on microphone, I'm saying there is a challenge. But push it 20 years. Yeah, good. All right, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, interview too.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, obia sebe onim se atutura se yemfa enjekere o man no. Na yemfa ntra community mu no. Won indicate either say obekoko. Ase obi ko fa adua bo bitim ne o man no. Yenja sa no. The strange and say under President Kufuor I believe it didn't happen because now Kufuor at the time of the various MPs and then paying for a point or more almost they were very much on the ground. And now almost they didn't want to do anything. They hampered the administration of the former President Kufuor. Now this particular constituency executive about
elections.
I come here to say there is a serious fashion within which we all know. And it started, in fact, a begin about point all of a sudden yet to say will be actor forms
yeah.
Na yan can be anshim obi nso te say oh asumasi akoton mesume koto forms na yato no obi atua kadada obi nso san kotua to the extent say we also had say chairman anti region owura untumi ono so koto the chunk paid for the chunk part of it. And because of this fashion everybody is looking and also obi ahwehwe nipa ofi say obeboa no ama abanya presidential slot in terms of candidates. Nti obehwa Dr. Bawumia fashion Alanka. In fact, the two are the prominent and the most visible contestant. They who say omunkrofo na AD sansem. Yesi bibi anko kan papa nye tredo. It also tells you to say bibi efi abankesiem center of governance push it to a certain direction. Meanwhile, by Esther, maybe I will be a mature. Your team be working hobby. And morning try hano. Not me sending a message say, me know dear, as usual, no, to be like other people, na betcha because as some no crenda why beka. Who cancel a party for pewase.
Okay.
One kasa within your party. One beka say by why use a taken incumbent. Incumbent na nam go a person to the yababa na see eka. I say, who party when I say incumbent as well betodra. Now, who opposition? I say, we see because you are affiliated to that party, you kind of crania. You are doing a disservice to yourself. Into what we are saying is that faction now, microphobia at all costs, they want to push leadership to a certain direction for so-called continuity. You know, they should cease fire and say, the youth must take that charge. This time around, yen traho. Emma, some painful no and twist your hands. And I have always been blaming your friend saying, what's the name? National Lotteries are branching.
As Samuel Aden.
This guy has 100% chance of leading the MPP to victory. Now MPP na kwaya say a fear konwa bi tradition bi na esem panyifo we if you fear we mu ese ko we mu if you hear ese ko ha na mo de mo yankola. This guy is the only gentleman within the MPP now as a basse. We are looking for a youthful president. The whole youth will rally behind him, including opposition.
Yeah.
To make sure that he get the slot without him having to go and bribe to say bribe.
Yeah.
Me who has the clout. My brother, live out of your comfort zone and join the train. Now they could go to hell for their so-called traditional if you have and MPP. The youth should rise. If they don't rise, start pushing around manipulation. And when they are fighting, they will use the what is say MPs no our more substantive MPs. What is about there? They are behind pushing. You understand? So it serves us all right as youth to take the bull by the horn and take the leadership mantle in this country and make sure say you bet me a cable normal a debas your buy a political system no. Into MPP, media I wish you good luck. Omonso asabe omode assembly court down court, and I think that is the best way.
Yeah.
There must be cool heads as we speak. But it is also a lesson to us opposition parties. So you be sure the air cost no na ye be ye dia yamfasa oyende no ameto anaka so same nyina akropo mu ye the same. So it's a lesson to the opposition.
Okay. That's it. How you need 100.9. I feel yanko ye major stories on the soil. And what you dear no samba ko edi hene pa no cost of living, prices of goods and services, and fuel teacher, and then no make ho na montua yate say buy mo penny for tu but we decide say e dey no betimi aye taxes be dey be review downwards and na ye be year free or ye be suspend this taxes no e wo ye petroleum price build up no so and na say saying and it here ye kasa bebre ye nyina no ye dwendwen ho say e fa he na ye dey ko eti yaw measures here free so say sadia eno ameko ene cabinet meeting na yate say womo ye na ye de enya feedback ya ye bisane say so e de na ye be expect ye free ho are we managing the situation well ana Ghana for na kasa dodo nti honorable Kennedy Oseinyako say it seems we are not appreciating what the president has done so far because what your interventions are why the free SHS human nap could dear by any other things on my penny ya say we are not appreciating it here other than yan divertisicano na ye yan franco subsidizing fuel la e be another Ghana for yepe no it me one I may able to mind oh no that was this suggestion though or they are to join say are we managing the situation well yeah that they are not making
first of all I mean so last time I'm in Nigeria back for
World Cup yes.
More you or more players no
players on Kakoma yeah but one more say started the game there I know and none
but well maybe I haven't read but as yesterday 3 days ago up to date now players na yantie say ye assume and under normal circumstances and can see a ye that
until I can the list of players now. Anyway, having followed. Me follow.
Now, State of the Nation address.
Oh, State of the Nation address. Some besides or say James Abuz. Now what we?
The Ben and Keso.
Oh, when did you come with that? And a come with that, but time a data, a scheduled date, and about idea no says still they are in session. Parliament in sorry. I'm sorry for Easter break, you know. They are still in session. And the Emremuno in see one quine. But scheduled date, no, and maybe some week, and maybe some a majority leader no can say ebeba. Now they are still in session. Until when to me and did, but then you be I don't know. I don't know.
Football the teams and so more here because no man go here. No man go to say be anywhere course years. Be a team no more train so na no na date no. Almost where you play. I remember we are Sunday somewhere. So now, hey, oh my baby. Sincerely speaking, man, nobody expect to be a fair-minded. Tanka will be a dadrins. That His Excellency is sitting on my bed to say, listen. You see, and Crawford now. More party, still more party, or more dom MPP, including the former president, His Excellency John Ajikunkofo. Then, Yewura Kofi Kumsen. Then, your friend is Yewura Dr. Yaho Tamakrum. Pacho Mpanyinfo baby amobia machiamo. They found their own ways in warning us of what will happen under Danko. This crunch meeting or cabinet meeting or if they return with Ken Ufuriata still the finance minister, it means what they want to do there is irrelevant to the course of building the economy. Apano must be sacked. And yes, reshuffle be na to say I face saving a man. He must be sacked so that at least that Adimguasiano or the Bako Trenfi. Now ya Tautono as one of the most incompetent, let me use that word, finance minister we have ever had. When you had Dr. Anthony Akoto saying the Jamba for those who were spokesperson on finance when you were in opposition, our more party they were in tune with Tepe and Co, knowing the terrain very well. Not for one reason or the other. What be dear kunya? What they obi or your banker? Our bank no kropono as a head no or whatever it is no an insurance person. Or no he direct and science keke. He has no appreciation of figures regarding, say, you better build a nation's economy. And next, she was sitting, national Ghana was sitting. Until the walls of Ghana is hanged on the neck of Ken Ufuriata, and he must be sacked. I repeat. Anyway, the situation under consideration, I can say, I say, I appreciate it, and I say, I appreciate it. Meaning, obi biara ni hwa obeye adepa na nipa on appreciate, right? Obekaya when the Free SHS campaign started, we all embraced it. The larger opposition party, NDC, said that it is not that we are saying that the Free SHS is not good, because we have even started it and piloting it. And don't forget, Free SHS or free education is not something new that you people are coming to introduce. It is something that Kwame Nkrumah started from somewhere, and it could have been continued to all the levels within our educational curriculum. But more you before year number 2 Nkrumah guye. As a matter was somebody said this thing is good when NDC was piloting it on. Actually, no, more the mobile was some full scale free senior high school.
Yeah.
That time I'm a friend is saying Form 1. I'll be called full penny. I'll be called Form 2. Until at least there's no way I was going to sit anywhere and condemn free SHS. But what the opposition was saying was that is the larger opposition party.
Yeah.
And some of us, we understood it. Yeah. We must go about this particular implementation gradually. It should be a progressively free SHS. And said this was the position of the NDC. Now, as a result of populist approach and wanting to come to power at all costs, you told Ghanaians that you implemented on full scale because there was money in the country, the oil money was there, and you will make sure that you find the money to finance this particular free SHS. Until we call Bruchra, interview. Now you be say, now free SHS no. I also be an iskano ko fan what is the cost involved? And then to me anka. Fine, ya to Obama. No. The mantra of the larger opposition party and other opposition parties and other technocrats who were saying, say, it must be taken gradually, no? And what happened? You did it gradually. You could not implement it on full scale. Until now, me bana minim say from Form 1 Form 2 say I'm home behind and because they started progressively by implementing Form 1 only. Precious. The Form 2 were left out. So it took them 3 years to be able to implement it on full scale.
Yeah.
Meboa catch them.
Pepe.
Yankabi Ashemo, ye name the ebe who ane say, ye say, ye frebi be red, gold, green, double something track. Hey, now shift system man, under His Excellency Mills Mahama administration, yeah, dream say, a man kolano, they were being truant. I say, Kolambeko, I know I say, me call you, and so, obi no one opa. Na nkrofo e de sa nkola no e yes ane mprewayin sem obamu no ntino e be kan say yesisi a school ada de be eliminated that shift system ana mpampa owura abodwese okovanda point that breso ana yesisi sa I forgotten the name of that particular edin yo modem as school na am say community something ebi wo yi Ablegmanov kesia pa and
a community day school.
Everywhere. That's
only e-blocks.
Basic. Yes, basic.
Basic.
Yeah. So a basic kutubabi.
Oh, okay.
So yes. Yes. In fact, Ablegmanov they no ko hwa.
Adanso my honor.
They built it across to eliminate the shift system.
Okay.
You understand? Now, what buy you know because and apart from that, when the previous administration was going out of power, it was, I think, the John Mahama's second year in his last 4 years. No?
Yeah.
And Onya facility said, Obabe see 220 schools or free new senior high school.
A new senior high school.
Until one year show 2 years. Now Omo transfer formulity Omo ubajilo and yes o pass so anwa ko bank near year to move. Omo be deliberately how to get the loan etc no munya loans. Nti by the time ombenya alone na time omo announce some be maybe 6 months curriculum until within 1.5 years if they were able to build and complete about 16 or 30 something as the report came out now in Kayano were at various stages of completion. It means that they were making the effort to ensure say not only quality education will come but then they will also have a situation where a lot of people will be absorbed into our schools and get more people going to school. Now, what was the argument? The argument was that Yakosi school nesi kwayim. Now, how would we go? Don't forget that the part of the component of that school now was to say you be provided buses amomo. Also etre. Inti sanke say you be 60 krono and you sanke you bet me dia himfie be akropa school. You understand? But almost is seen advantage point of say kro ebetre edu providing them buses. This became a topic for discussion and condemnation of the previous administration. Now, what happened? You came, not to say the mechanic, young can be ashamed. It was a double track system. Your mother betrayed here for about 3 months, no more school, no more 3 weeks. Now, a honor you who say, a car, abato, our force, regarding say, you betray for afternoon classes or whatever it is, for your man or more son befie, and who can't want a chance I can get your school fees. And you be so open. Ade ya also be ya my free afa de po ka ye bono ye hu so books are accommodation situation in our various boarding schools no abaya boachi bini ye nyina ye hu pictorial evidence of nkrofo mo bope so wo school a omo de da form ebi mu nya ba bi no bi mu de domo chop boxes so se me bo am kan kire me you understand nti where the oye ne kropo ebeto awofo ye so edidi mo bedru enye previous administration say nursing training allowance so ye twa mo sa but we must find a new model because of the way the economy is going na ye yisa allowance in free ho na ye mfa emboa mom na ye improve the health system any ye school system no man mo say han ye ba ye be san ade aba ampampa mo de buy no mo you feel say they were crying against the economy under Mahama. So in that state, no, the previous administration can say, okay, yeah, taking these measures by cutting some of the expenditures. Now you improve the system. No? Once or more announcers, no, what's the woman pay teachers as some pay nurses first? You buy, you implemented back by giving the nurses their allowances. And no was a cost on the state again. Plus, your 125 ministers. No? Now, a year tricky. Abante no can say we are not appreciating a year. It appears that we are not appreciating.
Honorable Kennedy, you're saying.
Honorable Kennedy.
Yes, Swedru.
Enti the best are yenyi ABCD no would you play his voice carefully? One can say, what the effort or the blame to Timam so. There, if we don't appreciate it. This is a very tricky statement in my own analysis and views.
How?
There, now no, they are pushing the blame on us. There, mom our for anything we don't appreciate say free SH in Yampe. Your own finance minister stated categorically say economic one and come on to me to a bit more. What's it that? You understand? Now, and now you children, even though it is so-called free, you children as a result of lack of textbooks, as a result of a cost of everything because of mismanagement of the economy. Now you will say, who appreciate you? It means that will be year free and say and Crawford so won't appreciate it. Into some which they have already thought of long ago. No, or more the blame the two team for say Mona media idea we buy most pay into my chum. My baby,
not a contest in the sun and here.
That is the contest.
Yeah, because Sadio Okano no. Also we don't appreciate because a lot of fans no alcohol. It is a bibi nko ye na se form wo e kosoro. Na
say appreciate ya.
Yeah, appreciate.
Politicians. Yeah, word pa. Our choice of word. It can turn and twist. But one redeem meanings into the Okayanwa. Because he has not been able to come out to say, we have decided to say that we are going to suspend free SHS or say a big trouble. Until he must find a way of, putting it in a case. It is for you to open the case and find out exactly what it means by saying, say, yeah, appreciate it. You understand? That is how we are going. So we are saying that the economy is bad. And Ofedota is the reason, and the families around the president are the reasons, and the appointees are the reasons. The frivolous expenditure and the wanton dissipation of the public purse. Frivolous, a friend is saying, an American's ostentatious life. You live, you can't tell yourself. You will not buy cars again because the previous administration left enough cars. But the Juma, you run a linger. All these things are on tapes. They must say, petrol corp so ba teso ni normal na wo ba be economy ni ye na wo sorry ana pa bia na petrol kwasra na wo be ni gina anu ni. So definitely your promises as against what you are doing today or what you told us as against what you are doing. Who complain? We complain under Mahama, and then not quickly they would jump and I didn't quite agree with you. When you are talking about the economy, don't use nominal figures, but rather use the percentages. Yes. You see, the economists. Yes, the economists. They are part of the reason we are suffering. You see, when you are using percentage. Quantify the percentage of the condition of living. But if you use nominal figures, say Obi Babembe to say 9 billion Ghana cedis. Kai about no, I bet 120 yaka. Let's assume. I bet 120 yaka. Now I'm about 130. Now Obinswaba. No, I bet 230 aka. 120 no. I'm about 400 and something. Now so be rate in percentage. Or no, increasing by 1,000%. Let's quantify the infrastructure. We put on it to compared to who are 200 and so no infrastructure. Would you go? You understand? That is when you will be doing a fair assessment. Then you also narrow it into the Timamufo say, Omwasitrem at the same, or my penko for Omwasitrem at the same, Tawasitrem Natuaba, what besides Yasitrem at the same. Salaries of workers, Yatuswana. All these things are indicators. In this economists, every country was saying it is better to use percentages rather than nominal figures. Master, we will swim in this issue where I will never find solution to our problem. That's it.
Yo, that's it. Higher need 100.9 lead takpo. Mabe Ekwakwa say Ghana phobia is disappointed in your government because it's somehow buying the kind of opposition and you don't know more.
Yo, Mark, me that's in Mesha Sieno. Medica chia and Yanumbi wo UK. Valentine do I'll host two morning show or Hot FM. And Miniaba, Madam Ella, and a young Kasankasa Holm, your captain, Audi and him, or bar, when Dr. Captain Obaya,
okay,
and incoming woman organizer, Yechan, for dividend and in Cassian as a name, Mammy Bedunum, and Mammy Ayesua, and Ayesua, and Papa, or more of BBLS. It's your munina. Unia, Amamu, we are. It is as roche. Amamu, it is as roche. I told the beer, it to me boarding. I told the bean swan, it to me bobrel. Nas a boarding ya. Yea, then, yes, you found one drink, send ye besha, ye be sissy, ye may biano. David a fracture. MPP are buying a whole me. To me can't tell me, sir, Omo buy no, Omo nyedi. A memoir ye rekufwado, and then ni members able no. A memoir. Obi ogina chire bia na age se wese obi on pawasem na osa na wa chira ne pa enyama ekoso wa hanom ne ade nyina no obi anim se COVID is the main cause of this situation that we find ourselves in. COVID has shaken the foundations of the whole world economy. Etino over Britain cry enyama ekoso wo ho sese no ayana ebro ya dwini enti ahye so na ya na binmu rafi na mdo mo ko compare yi na se hwe eba se ahokyera ba US ni ade ne ede na Joe Biden no ye wan ko twa 1.9 trillion ngum onu no otumi twa sika gum e de bo ne bra 1.9 trillion dollars na ya ti hanom no ye currency ni international currency enti ye ntumi nya den enya bi no twa 1.9 trillion agum now so you so manpower halum de ebu man now de ne wo de ho kwakoto no pesi kana bi so eno no so gi a odi ye den odi boy ya bisia emi ye den ye se tua ho si ho ba say the situation it no etinu wo mo no wo ya beti ni wo ya fon soso na membo ni ya na ya mi ya wo beti na nkrofo kan na NDC de hwa ni ha ma dwen kra ni se eye owura mahama oti akiri what is say what be na no aka say me eba me be me ba be yesi mba be yesi obi antehwe no so oti ho oh na dia na waka policy be no dia to abonti ya obetumi a kire be say odi say ato abonti oba be nothing o ma ya timu sesi enye Ghana ko ewiase be bia ya den ene UK unim ni petrol bo and the number is 182.66. Lowest cry 1.62. Petrol, all the buy a hesicum and a gallon and in number 90 cedis. And that's almost 90 cedis. And the number to 200 minimum. Of course, some more as soon UK economy. Exactly. 18 more can say. Petrol boy costro, petrol boy, you see. Petrol is when determine the prices of petrol. A world no control. Enyama akoso
but yawa baby a controls abani betimi aye one ye foreign exchange rates no baby ananam no etiama Ghana sika wo be sesade akọ dollar no doso ni nyina na one of the factors leading ama aye fam no wo so
oh me no ya adwen Mark me no ya adwen pa oh me no ya adwen na ni akoso sade we nyina ne ye eye enkrofo a omoye foreigners a omo repatriate omusika at this time e dia akọ amanoni because at this time no e no omo bonds ni na omo ton no omo di ko in dollars no omo sesa e di kwato amanoni enti se wahwa anytime bia no from February March hono me ade no enyama se sisi na ni ya kan se aban ibo ne ho modin bia se obey bibi ama Ghana fo ye ho aye den ahare wom na politics amudi ewura mamuye yende enya de high because eyade a eye normal thing a obi akobeye but o kan wa kan okre mo pese mo kire se COVID ba yi enya COVID na ama enyama aye basa wo wiase eso wiase bebi obi e complain And let me know because China, about 50,000 people has been infected with COVID. COVID in the country in Chum. In Chum, any 50,000. And a COVID at home, see our China. I almost crown her saying, Obey home, a drew a moment Germanaso. Now, would you how no catch him say COVID? And yes, the idea the question COVID in the idea. Massa, since part of 2019 up to 2021, Chilemi Kremoni Bako ya large Wukrumha. Go to me a call make a paba, Chilemi Bako. Chilemi Bako, Kremoni Bakwa, why a large, a Wukrumhanum. Chilemi Bako.
Almost took one.
Almost took one. I COVID because baby I'll call ya tomb, make a tomb, and to call her day. Oh, make a waka day. O mana ya tibono mo ma no kra no se bebe ye du no e no kra na ye adwuma because e bia unu bi ye bi last entine ho no na so be gina e sa ye ntumi koye nim ora mahama ni se mo kekeka ni ade o be ka economy ho asem jo mahama just anu o hye economy ho asem pa na o ba be ka pasa ye wu atete aprokra no ye wu MPP wu atete aprokra no enye DC. When it comes to the economy, you atitia procran.
And I'm for business of Dr. Bawumia Kasabi. Dr. Bawumia or digitize it. Dr.
Bawumia on economy, any digital economy. And then we are see baby Kobian, we are turning the whole world into digitalization. And then it's a mobile market time. Not some back joining the old Stone Age people. It's up to you people. Because you're calling him. And then na me no kasa CCA Ghana card utumi the beer bank accounts e London abrochile. I'm telling you today Ghana card as you cover ba hwe and this is for you okache microphone se mo nkoye card bia omunyai mo bia nkoye card bia ewi ase no afachire nwa omo kwakoye wahu na se yedi won yachi dia anka by this time ye dedum som amemwa betra so 5 good years. 5 years away dum so subun ko anieda. Esum anieda. Now your babies say what was the cause of this doom so? That question you be sir. Ora Mahama ewo Gambia. I say because of mobile phones. Now such a person like John Mahama who wants to come back. We have seen his governance before, and you want to come back to destroy. He said, I did not destroy it properly. I have to come and destroy it properly. Now you be said, they need the cause of doom, sir. O catch the Ghana for say, mobile phones. Now population of about 27 million. No, Obia mobile phones. It is omunya kasa omu charge pe na a draining current na amedum saba. Look at that. On no kro years and catch and say, chip bin nam a pumuni adina. Pipeline da honum and akotwam, which is which. The same person also catch and say, politics idea. Ukano kra kakra, no dia tro kakra. Ukano kra kakra, no dia tro kakra. Ukano kra kakra, no dia tro kakra.
Zasam no more. Only MPP.
Only one MPP for. Only MPP for. Only MPP for. Because some begin catch and say. My second coming the mechanical crash them. My second coming mechanical crash them. Only people for. Who can say my second coming the mechanical crash them. I mean, there are some things that you are seeing na oyende no ayeden atoyen. You see, and neck crocco ni ties ani a ton wo London £7.99 and then £15.99. Pass ani a trying 1 week for 20 and then 21.90. NHS for I can tell you to pay to now. I 3%. And then Oko London that's also koto for 4 kilos in the idea. 4.99. And then 10 almost £10. And yama cost we are here. Ama we are seeing you know be adding to my body yam air train say. On by ya ama near cost Kwenya anusi fumasi breno. Baby. And this is what capitalizing was so normal nam a ye normally could join near their boat in the year. Ubi someone say most mobile dear na mo ya. They can't say it. na neya me you kra ni say ensantrofo NDC for the can catch there say ye pass ye levy ya e the MPP be opposition enti ye pass Bible mu no Yesu Kristo kra ka say do unyonko se wo ho wan kasa do unyonko sen wo ho o se do unyonko se wo ho wan kasa do unyonko sen wo ho many Peter betra ha no ya obeye you so be kasa man party anya se mo pese ye ko position dia ada na mo pass ye levy no na mo save mu energy na eno ani se mo ti wona ye pass ye levy na MPP be ko position ye pass ye levy na MPP be ko position ye pass ye levy na MPP be ko position
sa mo gi on man no ho nti wo mo susu se E11 no e de ahokyere bebre o mamufo
na ne e de man bebre dia why can't you push them to position fast Temo ye pass na said ye ni baba mo pass na ye ko position na ne mo so mo nya da mu take over no mu twam ana me boa onipa no wo ho no no they've gone bankrupt of ideas pass a memu ideas pa they've gone bankrupt omo ni bi because nyawo de ne ba na ye wura mahama no ono de ye hu ni sanu adwuma pan yo ono ni business minister yi no Rashid Papo to me catch in place say wo pedwuma business aya ko ni na wuram na se sabo graduate ko se sabo e wo wuram fa begu kwa ho o se sabo na begu obe bosomi ba ko a ento anko se bosomi ni wonya tipa truck ba ko na waton na de abo ho ana se wo ba ko twitwa ensensan e de begu ho nom enkrofo nwa nantwie eni mponko eni nwan ni ade ni twam a no mato no mo de ayi such people want to come back to rulers when we be our thing to swat from the touch my father when obi a wati into swat from the touch my father ajekum tiase kra yesi o yesaman wakwadam samampom ajekum otiase kra yesi o yesaman wakwadam samampom ya enyama wo honom na yewura kufu ado ahyehye no yewura mahama na kasankasa nu muton se owo 2 billion Ghana cedis ya on fenye free SHS which means say almost share oh mutrim say ba ombegu free SHS no Ghana for nuntie because so 2 billion na so fenye mu dia which means say why you so about obebu or you know in this case baby you was say ya no ahokyera bewiase bebia ma obi ahokyere no even at all ne obi kuresu na ne oni bi
na COVID by say genyeska
oh na say genyeska ohun say ne yusu scan hwe ne bank well kai sika di my 430 million
World Bank director no
yeah sika di my
135 million
of course assemble no kafa ho biom or say they have used the money wisely especially on tourism wanka ne boa wanka entin aka 60 million kra ho no mbo ye den ombesan di aka ho anwana no mutom o se aka 60 million ho ombesan di aka ho entin eti ho no se sia ye ni ade no enya de a sabi ahokyera aba no ye be ka se ye nka enya bibi mu aga na fo ye be ye fam bibia ana me di kan se amamo e te sa sroche eto de bia ebodin eto de bi so a ebobreo entin se na ebodin a ye benya eno eho apomosibre ne ya soga na fo asen aboa sene COVID ye rekufo ado eye ma ewiase nyina obato so miensa eneme no kasa sisi udrama no ni na se wo kasa o ye Ghana ni a ahohoa ye ro mama wo so no be ye interview bi wo BBC ni ade na okoke kan se bi so oka ade chia me kwa adwuma me boss bi say your president was on television, BBC, talking about, have you taken bribe before? They say, me as a human being or me as a president. And I am not from Ghana, but I'm from Guyana. I'm not from Ghana, I'm from Guyana. And I so, okay. Yes, I'm from Guyana. Well, not president, we are seeing na television, what is so? Maybe so simple question, sir. Have you taken bribe before? Have you taken bribe before? Obie na no Or see me as a president or me as a human being.
Well, as a president or as Mahama.
No. Because I say me as a president or me as a human being. And then you interview you can say you as Mahama. Sana you interview you kind. Oh, na onipa we send you tie. Yes, and na be di yesu a. Baby abeko pie nim guase. So you and Kokasama Ghana phone tia. No akogina somebody who twem for ni. CNN yi akogina somebody who twem for ni. Amemo na ye bu no. He oye ne bia wom ahokyere bia aba Ghana for so yan MPP for ye giswa. Ye be hwe se ye di nyama betutu yie. Even at all no taxes ni bi egu petrol so ni ade no. It is ye be yi.
All right.
And to anko some be free cabinet meeting be bay. No anya solution papa de aba.
Okay.
Na free SHS a wo kan ni nyan kan say ayi obi free SHS obi enim. NDC for no mu chi free SHS. Omu ye demonstration say free SHS aye 419. Leo Clan catch and say be ye just 20 years. Oh, difficult.
Na mo person mo fa so ye no na no mo.
Difficult say free SHS ni all lie be lie. Na da ban ni yan twen ansa ne ya de. Na je se de bia no ye de yan twen unum da kan na wo twen no. Bibi papa be free mo ba. Ekufodu be ma ba. On sin so masa no ham. O taking initiative very well. And I said no, we have to roll this. And na hwe nipa omuko school. Na ya mi ya say enipa bi ntiase. Give yourself only 10 years. Thank you for clear when you free SHS. One war baby be woman kasanka nyuma. Abe checha taxes. Emi ya dia support to men. Na sebi si ekodi NDC fo chia. Pamisa ye fuyi, apese maka fuyi. Masa o men baby e ba kodu no. Ka na be ye. Yet you jama mo say your forces of baby o say aka na hin 4 years pe na aka. Na 4 years aka wo be. Wow, ko jina ka say 4 years no tumi nya hwe. Wo di share first year. Now they share second year. Now they are third year, fourth year, fifth year, or the first, second, third, fourth. You come in at the Yakoshe IMF. Now when you person yes, I cover the baby. That's Ghana for me say. Ya swan so. Me say obi ma education or more who we are see bia. Now obi on education, you know. What for your demonstration at your free SHS? What's your code you know I say? Oh 2 billion na enya dia odi be year. Na onya suspect. Onya suspect. Ete no ye kama Ghana fuati kwan ya be fa so amasumdue eni ahokyera beto yeso yi anu abrase no we will do it.
Okay.
In the sense is ye wiase be bia odopa fa yayi omunya komunyi outside to say AGYEMAN no muni ade no eni CNN no muni BBC no muni ade omunyi ne ekoso wo me no nkyerɛ London cry to Mrs. Uni many pound that bonting 170,000 people. Rough sleepers. And no cry first class was the first advanced country, you know. Oh, now when I the how to do maybe near the ASEM. Yeah, not all that glitters is gold. I'm telling you today.
Okay.
You know, eti me dem no see no.
Leave first, mama.
Me dem no see. You know, me change na say achia na mui. Amamwo eboti say asrochi to le bi ebodin to le bi ebobrel. Munu so ntwa ope na yaka ka say ne the solutions ni ade na eden eba ento say cabinet meeting on be free on be ba no the solutions never be go na Ghana for so beti ase no ehu be bi a ye di amamu ni fa medase
Lee Teko MPP UK and I would say in Ghana.
Hey, ko ben so ni
Peter Kwesimensa.
When you are Magje.
As an amount this for what is it?
Okay. Ofa yanchi Ghana for wajebre. Na woti wa fidi kesi Ghana for tie pel. Edu sati dia semi di kandi ya ati se twe yanchi etie for na Ewura John Dramani papa bia wo bia o man bene Ghana for afew. Ghana for afew mama ma chese baby obi ro mesi baby enura ne nam na man for confession unam baby obi asema nto aba man for ni awu ukoka se na mo na moto aba mo na mo ye for mo obi ase manya for mo for nana obi aso anto aba ma kufu ado etire be busa se na tin sama for na to aba na ma kufu ado na because no obi ani awu ana obi aye confession dear mama papa baby a wo bia won kwaso sere nyame mpa ye de maw se nyame ma wa hoden 2024 emra na kana fon to aba ma obi na bet fa abanwa no na to onwo apaso menua John do ani Nicholas wo mo tema o mutie wo fidie ne pa entie nche o mo na mencha nana kwa me ne ali ye hia ya che hey nana ya sorry unim say menua ali ekasa ni nyina na me wura ho ama no onwo ne nsam no na sa enti nko besie nkoan wo twa no sa content of asem na wo de man wanka hwe won bongo enti entokwa na from pa na to omo ne atase anu bi na menua li eye na no pe na pipini bi a wotie na no pe bi akra wera ho owa ma mentete nsem ni bi mfiri won na mbowura wenu ma kana fo ntie mi yi ano pe edi kai NDC as a political party. Yura John Dramani Mahama. We as opposition party no. Yan botayam yenu. Say be hold abino responsible and accountable. For tumia e kurano. Na onya niamapa environmental. And per our political structure no. One time is due for election ya ko seeking for political power. Na yensu yetrim pone yen hye pan ya beda na di ade amagana fo na ye hu adwuma edi some people for aka say ye alternative awa here mumusa omusa DNT na woka alternative if you have not failed you will not call for alternative because MPP for nankasa ajatum so ma faili Ghana for that is why they are calling for alternative. Let them understand as a student of politics. In the political period that you woman know is not for alternative. It is for criticism. And yama moka some obeyeno. And then the bomb so because you are in the period. This is your second year. Why are you calling for alternative? Because you have failed. And you are admitting your failure. It is unfortunate. It is sad for any MPP member out there. The MPP ni because NDC for more alternative one here. Not just a nipano admit say na buy or ma faili because this is your second year and in your second year you are calling for alternative ma bon MPP aban ma bon anim grass here then of volunteers you say nyame ya doma ya internal election grandpa you near as a party it is our alternative now can we are bringing alternative in the name of what we are only criticizing you and holding you straight to your promises. Promises are the man Ghana for. That is what we are holding on to. And possible suggestions, I also suggest no. We are suggesting them. And we have been doing that in our communications. And do but and I'm alternative way I watch us what bomb. Who knew she? A memona cousin. And that is what they are demonstrating. It's so sad. We are pipini wabont now tea and pipino casasia. Muanu. I will host some and Guasia. Yet also me. Omo kasa wa say oh COVID. We are singing Andre, or Cassing now COVID. Hey, and MPP for Crassabiano, we see a tip on Ghost one. Then of Mutian ye, Obano, a Bibremem, West Africa country. On my COVID, when your home fast, what pie a Ghana mine. Etiano, COVID no, a babwa, a bangway big time. And this one more time, I catch you say. COVID inti ena niema nyaya afedi okoya anu asabe contradict no o COVID ni ma yenya sika yenya sika from World Bank mutie ni yo wayo na COVID no na amaye niema bi asai enti mu de mu hu se COVID aba okoya and the latter part so COVID no so ma yenya sika. I am telling you sir
sika na ba ye utilize sika no
COVID
related challenges.
There's no country in West Africa only $430 million from World Bank. No country in West Africa except Ghana because of COVID. COVID in you. There's no country in Africa and West Africa only $2 billion from IMF because of COVID. Ghana yenya $2 billion from IMF. $130 million from World Bank. For the first time in our history, government of Ghana are taking a whooping 20 billion Ghana cedis from our what do you call central bank. Central, yes. Let me see that. You budgeted for 10 billion. At the end of the day, you're 20 billion because of COVID. And you would have done the money, Mama Stabilization Fund. The visionary leader. At last, I'm going to say, one man, young fan, one I yet to know. A better baby, a home battery, and the young buff to be in this cabin fan too. Said the Beya, which you soon hear the boy of Kusin Ghana for. Over. I buy no buy, no. You see, I feel I used to 21% of our profit in the oil. And you found two more. President Mama Fia Bemu not a hooping over $250 million, and that's our account to no. Then I found you. That stabilization fund, no. You were good for the buy, was you Coventry, or my empty fund, no. And the sad aspect is that for 5 good years, 10 pesos were quite move and go to account no. 10 pesos. The thing was designated. Say young fan was sikana yenya. Yenya kakran fan pony and fan to safan we mo. Na Ghana for do be ya watria yakoyi. That was the vision of Yewura John Dramani Mama. Papa baby I will be on kwaswate. That was the leader we had. Yewura Kufado buy no sikana mama jato no. Woman disikani nyana. Wo wie ya 10 pesos wa krampo yem fan to mu. Ene mu gasi akwaba because of COVID-19. Ya sa kwati bibi a friend COVID-19 fund. O wani msika ko gumu. Despite me kaipa. Despite media mo de mo adoye ene mo ne pado am wo magana. Fund bi abetia magana bia mo diska kotum. Me kai library fund na here si Ghana assistant. Sa fund ya TA committee yes yan ye ko sisi libraries. Mo diska kotum eno yan ko hu aga. COVID-19 ya te COVID-19 fund. Woni msika ko gumu. Tasika wamu nyina no modini nyafu ye tena ha ye beka kire ye se ye yi a hoping 600 million adi akwakoto sanitary pad ye friend a hand sanitizer any a Veronica bucket adabraka what is ASEM will be ohimfa
ade and yes sir
look at the money hand sanitizer and Veronica bucket at the end of the day 600 million hey. And I go that day in men. So that is how they spend our money. And we no need be control. But please, COVID-19 in Ghana yenyesika do so poor. It man me blame we incompetence, your cluelessness, and me say COVID-19. Ghana for so mo ka sa asem wetrema e ye krodo radan sam anya nukra bia ne mu e ye bon na aban na bon. Ye to so biom. Minua, ya ka hardship in the system now. You can't poor prices are akosra ene. Ama wotre abato Ghana for so. You for bia ya die hwenye. Because the moment of poor price in the kosro no affecting every commodity on the market. And you might bia e kosro. And ti yebusa mo say abaye e die na mo ye e dia boti mamufu. That bre aye wo mu no.
Yeah.
Over. The fact that sir poor price in the kosro no. I don't know what's here. International market price. And you can taxes. And you can CD depreciation, your currency. These two things, government has control over it. Etigana for Muntia Bibi. You would have done the money, Mama pencil. A better COVID-19, your friend saying, fuel prices. Not air cost. Well, my Ghana, they be able to catch me discussions. Me say the international market price in the account. The price in the cost ra. Amaya woman to fango. Omune bre. That way your mind now to fango. Not just a wono fango be a you should be higher. Okay, now be you. It is international market price in the cost per affect too. Because you obey be an answer currency no so grand now and what about ya and you know what we kura. But so your mind as a to fango. At least, kakra ubenya from the exportation of your oil. It is international market price no cost kra. Because our revenue should up, you have to use some to cushion the imported ones. It your man Ghana nyamia dum ye. You two fango, you ra ko fada Roma, ye nya one oil fold. You ra John Dramani Mama ni and this ye nya 2 oil fold beka. And then you ra ko fada on faba ko kran count, but he's benefiting because we are producing oil over 200,000 barrels of oil per day. Then exportation no in 2022 budget, finance minister budget say you benya $60 per barrel. That was the budget. And they may know say, and the international market is around $100 per barrel. In business terminal, your friend be win for ne just say when you fast excess. Because who budgeted for sister Ghana city?
But the reality.
Oh, the mammy, you know, me the other side, never. Be a walker, won't cut the other side, no, and on our own reality. I'll bring the other side. So listen to me. It is said, but the analysis near to say, be a water park was yasi. When you toss it on for, but in toss it on, you know, then toss a boy a yadinga. Be a wakopen toss ya daka back what they bakumase. Waba Kumasi wa budget so Santos ya dake metoni says under Ghana cities and as a sister Ghana cities. Obedu Kumasi yes oh ntana market price na kosro enti say ya ton adaka bako 100 Ghana cities nani ba den nani beche. Dana o man Ghana ye de oil ni bi kwam on crude oil. Ni ya koton enti say ya budget $60. Na international market na ako $100 ya. Not just ye benya mfaso about $40. And only a friend win for no. It took calculating recently. Rainfall at is around $550 million. Rainfall. Now Ghana for mutie the attendance say yeah exported crude oil. Now you exported crude oil now you imported refined oil. And no you use wo mem ha. Enti wo import no ne bono ebe yeden. Ebe affect to local price. And no tina me catch out say eba ne sa omaya omo de omo export oil no de omo be kire omo. Because omo ni bi krom benya revenue kakra. But enam say you export oil ni bi nti yenya some revenue up. Your revenue na den akoso kakra. Enti wo ye abanya wo timama otimamufu a meba. Wo ye aban. Wo timama otimamufu a. What you do is that part of your windfall no, you use some to cushion your price. That is why what countries do that.
So your budget deficit.
Yeah, me. What is
meba on the crown can't be
meba na betrawa. Meba who dey tell me? Meba. They all can hear fact. But they all can hear fact, sir. Who dey tell? They all cannot but the angle of your argument, you know, it doesn't fit here.
Because wait for the bar. Peter, and two things. Okay, you admit to say you just have windfalls.
Yes.
And now it's oil prices now.
Fantastic.
Meanwhile, that windfall, your budget in the crown. Sikana, your budget it was 100 and 100 is 130 billion.
Yeah.
130 Sikana monograna
yeah make sure why mama cast am tro me mama secret no
yeah
the thing is anointing your work energy sector management yeah that energy sector no yeah wo bibia friend asla it is a debt na wo kan
yeah
yes sir ya certify bia go for we mu ya no we mu ka say a nuisance. It is a nuisance, but the vision, the idea behind that, and say, that debt now, what can you have Esla Nimra? If you have a Esla Nimra, you have be any day and fix and debt. And of 1 year, if the debt now, what can you create a system? You are John Draman, the vision leader, created that Esla to cater for the debt issue. Now, what you will cook for Raban Aya, or buy no. Nanka Aslan here for 5 years. And then from within 10 years, no, Aslan no Amagana for 30 billion Ghana cedis. That 30 billion Ghana cedis and the Kufadon kwa 28 billion Ghana cedis no manya. In prayer, men no casino. One more the Aslan akosia wa. It's any you. One more the Aslan no akosia wa. And Tisikana was here the ba. Ghana for near the Tiasa Kana Wokano. Abana diverteno. That is how Akufo-Addo and his people have been wicked to Ghanaians. We are not supposed to be suffering over that debt because Yewura John Dramani Mahama created a system to cater for that debt. But incompetent and wicked Akufo-Addo government, omo de saa sika na ko siawowa no makodi sika di. Enti esa win for na wo ka no. Enka sambre na wo se de cushion international market price. Importation no na eboama prices na locally no. Ya kotogu ya yimna ka ba from abani nite mama Ghana for any edibata. Aside that, you will be your friend of price stabilization levy. Go and check the act, the Energy Sector Act, no, Act 899. Go page 7 of the act now, and they can about price stabilization levy and recovery. The attorney said, or say 12 pesos as at then I about 2015 year buy that 12 pesos no or say ebra petrol boa aye den no abanye star sika we ye bi na focus intimamufuo na petrol price no nya den enko from that is what the price stabilization and recovery levy was meant for. Na yewura Kufuor ba na Ghana for muntie eniama mienu. One, waba increase from 12 pesos to imprint 46 pesos. 18 pesos. No, over to 16 pesos. Yes. From 12 pesos to 16 pesos. Price stabilization levy and recovery. Price stabilization and recovery levy. I got 16 pesos. From the original 12 pesos to 16 pesos. Yato sumienu, ya will be your friend. The management of the energy sector levy and account. You will account for yata and this document we buy 2019 or the buy. Empria menoka say that price stabilization and recovery levy no. Yenya a hoping 2.2 billion Ghana cedis every. Now you busa almost say that's can I was see the cushion the local price today. The Canadian or Modia, I wish home would be at your pension. Dear Cana, you who be a sican walk. Ebesin, Yura, can for yata account to Amagana phone who say, price stabilization and recovery levy, no, dear that dear Yan Sagana for Muntie. That price stabilization, Yanni a trio. Timamufua and Kafua, Yanni a chess, Sicana, Yadia to say. That Brea international market price that cost Rono. I buy you say Sicani be never cushion Timamufua. Abroni be yenti sa sika na aban wo madi ana na yato petrol a liter of petrol and that is almost 10 Ghana cedis, which is unprecedented in our political history. And these incompetent people, they got the gas to talk about say we are politicizing politics. Minya that year we every year about me ho wait was it no or cause you politicizing politics in 2015 was it I feel really sad this morning for the ordinary Ghanaian, the hardworking people who have to endure the insensitive decision to increase fuel prices at this time. Sabrano, na a liter was 3 cedis. Ebrana baumia kasano. And a liter is around 10 Ghana cedis. Is Yewra Bawumia feeling sad to them for the Ghanaian people? Over to Chrome Nekoshe. Ebimo da Land Cruiser mu ya rolling glass no. Because you ain't talk fuel. Opa koso air condition. Na hwe. Wo no be koso rega debe. Amafua taxi drivers ne trotro drivers. Wo want to me nkofie. Because tells no wonya ya ode be kwakoma ka ona. Petrol na gini sika ni nyina. Kakra wo de be kwakoto sabio ko se ne masa ama ne ma ade wo fie kra ayere. Empiri ya me no wo kasei. A trotro drivers taxi drivers omo yerenom no omo ku fie because sikana adwuma wo mo ye no ehu sika mafie. That is the situation Ghanaians are going through. Me ne yanko adwadifo ha de ya me ya ewo incompetent Kufuor government we say adwadifo bregan adwadifo kokram anyama miensa na ha adwadifo wo mo kra anyama ba no duties ahodo taxes say go anyama wo mo kra de ba no enya de ba wo mo wi anya enso yo the depreciation no so na affect you na wo mo di omo niam na ba no kasa omo be fa e de niam na begu adwama so na Ghana for koto no ene ka boy your friend kasi kaso boy den akosoro because petrol kosoro. So these 3 issues no affect adwadifo Ghana adwadifo etu ko market ya dwadi ni bia kwaje bank besia ene wo de akokra niam wo kra niam ni duties begbegbeja ene guso the no affect no obedru ya yesi petrol bo kosoro enti niam na wodi bedu gudwam no se enkane no ofa taxi ana ofa trotro be 50 Ghana cedis and wo 100 Ghana cedis. This is the situation that people are going through. It wo de niam na begu market ya. He has no other option. She has no other option. Say oba tubuo ni mu wo tubuo ni mu a Ghana phone to me to sika ni yebotom ahotire wey kodana we na MPP for clueless incompetent MPP Kufuor Bawumia government omudi atum ani ya ka kire mo dunia di atia ni say MPP for ye ya ma Ghana for di omudi wabro mo opposition Yewra Bawumia eye lectures ahodo bebre wo ba bia ama Ghana for di omudi ye Yewra Kufuor ka kire Ghana for say mo hwe petrol mo ntumi nto eno tie nya drivers for change wo kroma taxi drivers for change trotro drivers for change wo mo ye campaign ma ye wura kufado ene ye busa ye wura kufado say petrol gallon of 14 Ghana cedis in early 2016 no ene a gallon of petrol is around 45 Ghana cedis no what is he doing ye wura Bawumia oka say government was insensitive. A gallon of petrol was 14 cedis and now 45 Ghana cedis. What is your Bawumia? And now you should show your Bawumia, you know. If you must have done it, assemblyman or the house numbers, Abu Babu Bodan. If you must have done it, IT teacher by IT school, no qua, and Qualano, your friends saying, your friends say, keyboard no mushuno. What board so and yet done a year friend keyboard
economy. Yandegetize.
That's a pass or a mommy does it. Mami ka some chiro. As part of your Kufad ministries, no, you were Ministry of Communication and Digitization. When you head of Ministry of Communication and Digitization, you had started a minister. Why you said you mano? You were Kufu Bawumia. We are the chairman of the economic management team. Jaya were Asla Kufu. Now on any team, and yes, I digitization. No, say see a Ghana for see now who are then aquaform. A cedi to dollar is around a breaking 8 is 8 Ghana cedis today. Where is your Bawumia? That brand no yet lectures about cedi. A dientina wayedi and a universities a hoodroom. A lecturers a woman year campaign my year Kufado and a woman year woo. Among to me kasa because you're about no go money masse. Those times na near where they go. Lectures never classroom. 2 hours lectures no or the 30 minutes when about radio. Ya can na near your politics man before. Near your politics man Bawumia because Bawumia and I'm so your economic maestro. If you are some economists nyansan na kuko na ye sini trim. And then said no na ako 8 Ghana cedis no. Where is Bawumia? Why is he quiet? He deceived Ghanaians with those rhetorics.
It's a way of NDC Nakawa Bearmark at the SC. Naka NDC.
That is the point. So to cut your argument, no, and the incompetence of Yewra Bawumia as economic management team chairman, and Yewra Kufuadua one way clueless, no, and no na Ghana for edu baby you. Now, ya can hear the above say. A dientina was say, young Traffic SHS Munia, the Ghana for Munta Bibi. Biba mama analysis.
What time
is SHS na a wa honomono. You were baby a yisika at the free SHS. And to say a bino becatra will say, Tabre 1 for 11 ma or person who can free SHS more. Catch it almost and 11 year dear free SHS. One man your camera not what you will Kufado buy and was it there be. One your person yet free SHS no entirely. And to ye koyesika free and fangunimu fango sikaya no near the free SHS.
Is it sustainable?
Miniatie, it is not about it being sustainable. Some women say yes sustainable, then they demonstrated incompetence beyond repairs. Their incompetence is beyond repairs. Because women who did it. Etienne ye fangu musika. And then go and check our district common fund. There was a capping. Unsa ye will Kufado by year recalculation. The application of the common fund or by year recalculation. 20% was capped from our common fund to support free SHS. Go and check it. And the year Kufado Bawumia Montias say Ghana phone in baby yenyasika free. Aside that, Muntie, as at the end of 2021, Ghana young public debt no na 362 billion Ghana cedis, 83% to GDP. Kufado ne Bawumia aban kwa a whooping 240 billion. This year na aban abo in 5 years. Yo, tax and on-tax revenue. And also so now it was around 250 billion as at the end of 2021. Meba.
Yeah.
That's the Kaboma. Not just we are at the end of 2021. Government total revenue around 500 billion Ghana cedis. Ghana for Sikawe, a bedi a Kufado Abanho, a busy da. Sa Abambian Sesicano. Now, Mommy, the finance minister say, you used to be a free SHS. Na, obey the casse. I want to buy any of the free SHS more. Near Jessica Bedu Munsum, near Jessica, dear free SHS. Say, dear sir, half of the Sicania dear free SHS now. I will have some say Ghana for Muntier. As at the end of 2021, aban sika ya di free SHS and more 10 billion Ghana cedis. And no 10 billion Ghana cedis you. A hoping 500 billion Ghana cedis are binding in 5 years. Sika you spending our free SHS no and do 10 billion Ghana for. And tis a binding the catcher will say. Free SHS in tea and no money at Jija and tro and nada a horror ransom. Given the amount of money abedisa aban win some. Sika abedi ye wakufa dun some ebensi da. Obi enya bi da. Enti sa na omo pass 11 ti. No omo de ahokire oye ne kese abeto Ghana fo na me busa me question say. Na ya. Tamre ya 11 ni mayempo no. Na ahokire bi Ghana fo wom. No, look at the hardship situation we are in now. Right. 11 years starting you. Now wicked people when back I say still I have 11 man. I just want to say Ghana for no my drone that is what they want.
Peter Kwesi Mensah, a member of the NDC National Communication Team. You be move on. Okay, you be move on, but now or about to be an Lee were about to be where okay good. Then Nana Mamma Mouse or about to be another.
Opposition to also call old Malcolm not North Carnation, nothing does. Crossroad never honor. The name trees I can see. Be fairly used in Pabua money. Actually, there's no single the fahona feeding in that need FM. And anytime be every time. Minim the Pacomo. No say no need FM. Na Mark. Apparently, I didn't know Bessino. As an instant. Yeah, the muye. No, buye minim say the previous administration and those Maham achia abubuagu ana ye maso enye yi afenso yenka ye ho say enna ba bi a petrol bo akodu no taxi drivers are no more sales 50 Ghana cedis and now we are heading towards 50 Ghana cedis per gallon nti yembisi ye ho say petrol ahe na taxi driver no betumi akọ na odi aye adwuma na wanya sa sales na say onya opinion so aka bibi which I agree with him because more amanone no ukoto bibi na ye ebi a 50 cents 59 cents esi akọ 7 cents 99 no man 7 pounds 99 no man yeah we must relate hardships in every situation within your geographical location the hardship no a relative regarding baby awoti abrochi a wo kan say America memo you twa 1.9 trillion edigu almost economy no ye ntumi ntwa bi no yen kan ya ho say economy na because of COVID amana aye nwensene wo ho no mutwa asasika no go don't forget omo ho no at a point in time they were giving monies to obi biara wo man mu because of COVID embisa say ye ha ye nya bia na IMBC who say what is the nature of their condition of living regarding transportation. Your friend is saying Juma creation of jobs in no man. And now me sure say me see you car and chebi amenya Juma. Ghana ha nyesa Juma ni ha o. Juma no dey me betra meka egumani ha yi a. Pavement and as a median of the road no fi akono. Tanka ye the amount a foot soldier bi and a serial callers bi ni abo o no say. If Kwame Nkrumah a circle. Akwakosi achimota overhead. Media ni nyina mo na mo be take care of it. Trim it, water it to make sure say it is green. Adwuma si obi ye na yetua neka. But the sika ni where dey betua neka. Nti even do adwuma no ho no, people don't get their jobs to do. Right? Apart from see a beshin we say that is the latest thing. Now first yanka ye ho. Apparently can be. Sika America etwa no. I also say. Don't forget His Excellency the sitting president now is the only president to buy. Yes, sika away man no. What be sense some I think with the exception of the 2 Ghana cedis or so. I stand to be corrected. But the rest of the money no was say a trying for. The excuse they gave us was that it's kind of more fee. Into omu training, you know, omu try the same money, you know, even the 5 Ghana cedis, you know, you omu try latest now you're short. They see our revises the kind of some, it's kind of see you 200 Ghana cedis and 100 Ghana cedis. And what we are saying is that you says so omu try the kind of sa, media, a big baby. Inti ama omo nka say your friend is saying economy na aye. Yes, economy na aye. But it is as a result of your mismanagement. Yanka dum sasom to be very honest and sincere to the people of this country. The MPP for claiming the fact say omo no best stop din so laughable. It is laughable. There's no doubt about the fact that under Mahama ye kodun somo for well over 3 years. Now me for say 3 years. You could do some obia attest to that fact. And yet the goon so. And he told us that I'll fix it. He put in place the necessary infrastructure to ensure, say, before so be fair, not doom so had been a thing of the past. Don't forget, the time under Omanpayiku for breast, the same thing doom so no. What did we do? We went to pray at a friend say at the voter league. You were Tarzan, not or yeah VRA chief at the time. The NBC was a machines not the buy. What was it? As we speak, those machines, a cow or minus so, as our machines we couldn't use for anything better in this country. So we are saying, sir, Ufi amanoneba, Nasa obe kase, normal boy thing, the baby idea. Yes, you know, baby idea. But it must be relative to the geographical location of every human being on this planet. In the sense that Ghana had a normal boy, you know. Ye dria nene ye no ma ayedi ne no ba ye dria no. Thank God no. Ye nya wo ha. It is relatively cheaper than a brochure. But still, no, we can't buy it. We cannot afford it just because people are not working. So almost salaries, no, and yet. So what we would have expected the government of this nature is to create jobs. Look, if in a number of breast mismanagement after Kwame Nkrumah, and a man or man we could do baby. When you oba them or my your friend said, a baby be one oil field. That is the NPP are buying. Now, I bet should be about transfer. No, in 2 oil field. What I would have expected both administrations in their negotiation with the prospectors. And they say, then go just say, look, this is a developing country. So, as a country that owns the oil, no, even though we now be explore na wunya oil, no, what we are going to say is that 2.7 or whatever it percentage, you know, it's not enough for us. As a country, we are looking for nothing less than 50%, right? And now, let's maintain the fact say 3% now we want to maintain it, sir. But you must insist on your stance. Say, look, this is a developing country. Your oil refinery. Actually, let us refine apart from your percentage. Let us refine 50%. 50% of your percentage in our country, so that you will leave some money in this country for the betterment of the lives of the people. Want to me negotiate anything of the sort? Rather than your own people. Are the people renting the tanks in oil refinery for their own business? You are the same person who told us, if you want to do business, it is not in the administration of the Nado Danko Fufado. Rather, go to the public sector. But rather, it is the opposite. People have turned oil refinery into their properties and they are managing it for the benefit of themselves and their families at the expense of the taxpayer. And we are saying, we cannot let oil refinery be lying fallow as it is. In the sense that Kwame Nkrumah brought into oil, but he had a foresight to know, that you better oil. But even in that situation, my main seat oil refinery, the refining in the neighboring countries of oil. Now say Yamia do more to oil. Want to me negotiate? Say at least even my percentage, may refine or her, na stay or her. The windfall issue, of course, the windfall we all know it is relative because your percentage and only windfall in Benya regarding the way I hedge, say $6, $60. That's to say I mean say $100. The 40% and the $40 on it will be on our but even that, it could have cushioned the system to ensure that petrol could do baby. Thinking fund, GIIF name heritage fund. If you remember, Yara Johnson said, "Don't get here." I suggested when the economy was, very tough. Thank you, heritage fund. What did NPP say? What did we say? We want them never to touch it because it is for the future of the people. And then go and check in those coffers. Everything is gone. Why would you want to collateralize your friend and say ESLA and I say energy sector levy legacy there? Now a year 5 years, no, I best starting with 15 years. It is the same thing they want to do to e-levy. And we don't want to go. E-levy, no, and can say e-levy and you. It is important that we look for money within for development. But what we are saying is that the telcos are engaged in serious capital flight. They are making so much money and they have made so much money. The telco, you see, the MTN, Scancom, Fix, Scancom, Ariba, they have changed their character. They have made their profit way back. And we are saying, sir, these people, so 10 years, no more ownership. Now, you say, more tax rebate, no, data is expensive. We be open or on data, the data, on ton hosa. No one Wi-Fi, most of the areas are free. But I see a total data to access information. So what we are saying is that you negotiate with the telcos. Like I told you, young team will follow. More data and more whatever credit no. And the charge that you are charging them, no, we are saying that give us a certain percentage. And now say no more negotiation. We say at least 1.5% and to and charge your microphone. Now yan so ya de kakra no yan fan kan na nka momma your percentage out of musika munya no, but to come and put it on the neck of the already suffering masses, taxes yentumintua no, it's unheard of. That's what we are speaking against.
Lee, Roberto Mena,
I am say opanyita no ka sembi.
Yeah.
Na sem no ka ye no. Na enyima bi wo ho no mu a sabita frache. So person wo do ho bo NDC. Na say we want apedie and want say die ma ho. Enyima bi wo mu te say ntro ni deceit ni ade no. Enu bi na ade begu fom. Masa, people call 17th of May 2017.
Okay.
Well, I say, Mahama would have ended Dumso if NDC was retained. Opa cause is here. Yeah.
My name Casa.
Oh, for some powerful. What was I at the end? I catch him say, you were Mahama a sort of solve Dumso and San Ofreo. And when come is a fact can show, and no can't ask him. But the radio who am an on enemy. The correct crown, not still a war.
Correct him. Dumso was not solved by
Masa. Oh, Casano, and Munia must be.
Sa debate way.
Me say, Mahama would have ended Dumso if NDC was retained. For example,
Sir Dumso arrangement of sa debate. As I can but class.
Myself, you know, making you say.
NDC started solving Dumso. As at the time,
was it sorted?
Lee. As at the time,
no, was it sorted?
Okay,
no, it wasn't sorted.
Yes, yeah, MPP buy, you know, early days of MPP. Na Dumso wo ho.
And you can.
But now above from the frequent at which ya na Canadian Dum na above 2016 year na na wa.
Masa 18 2017 na Dumso wo ho no ma na Dumso ya so ano. No, and you incorrect to say. Okay, come on, someone who's here. And let the whole me. Wow. I want you to have ban. Me say. Me and Kasa me contract for them use war. I'm on and when increasing by 9.3% because of what? Inflation. As some of them catch them. We are messing the Yinamo. 9.3% because of what? Inflation. If we say, Oduma Kuma Bad, and who here, Yakomo Britain, it's about 30 years ago. US, it's about 40 years ago. Nayana, I send you Honomayana, Nekano, Akoye Bibia, Sabita Frache, Akoyan to say, yep, casino to say, baby, apart, Kunyani, whatever, send your kind of bell. Thank you. Mr. Paniconia Habai. You know, come on, currency, and this Yabraso. Editorate, a jatom, this is a fire. Comment now TV free. Every tis a little the social media. Or see a motia. A motia. Now, a bangway party, hope a catcher or say, or baby, a motia, him sika. Or be a lawyer, ni, our dome legal team or no your friend Amaliba. Also, high rise buildings, a diet in 10 years, see what? 18 amasi di ni esa. Obeti sa lawyer ni ti sa baba jama. Also, we brand son end time.
I said, people like this, they want to come back and put us in this this situation again. Because and you almost say no near dear no. Almost someone say ya to be 29 December. Na Nicodemously. Yara Mahama fetching the Ghana bauxite 58% at the money near Ibrahim. What do you want? Yet to about you, yet to about 70 yet to about 7 December. 29th December. No matter my dear Amaunia. Yet the COVID ha or memhanum COVID about microphone woo. Yet the solution. Yet this yama. If you are saying a boy recufa do abaso. I get chain. Near the two was there. A nipa 790 and what home. Yet never to God. Not John Mohammed nearby. How the hell can 790 people recovered overnight? Hey, Obabesio, Abadayani Niyam, and Crofongu, no Fanya politics, and Ataman shit, near Fanya politics. There, I didn't sorry, 790 people who are home. Yantiasia, Obia Gunning, Ghana and Kasani looks like some of them are plastic Ghanaians. People that talk like this, they are plastic. I'm telling you, you're plastic. Say, oh my penny, I got you said, a yamaba, you didn't see COVID, I know. A buyer, a yassing now, be who send your boy Roku for Abaso. A buyer, Obia who send you Roku for and no more 2 crown, Britain, also on him day. Any US nominee Spain, no money I didn't crown. They were nowhere near a Roku for the Coba said. Say you are John Muhammad at Tiswa, and Kawa ma 4, obey you 2 nak wakoton. And ma 4, obey you 2 nak wakoton. Nay, I saw no microphone toya. I get chinya. John Muhammad nearby, Joyce Bawa Muntari, and the special aid, you turn 180 million cities a month. All cities a month. Only for Sukachi, only you turn 180 million a month. All cities. And one more monka. No, what you can't treaty catcher and say, how the hell can 790 people recovered overnight? Hey, mammy. Now the only about the cry and Cowden Kakwano to cry. And the Ghana folk young. Yama when you know, so much can you are. I'm about them, President Kofor time. I'm by, oh, difficulty, your friend or that appointment committee said, so all these things were political talks. If you don't mean, Peter Yawahi. Political talks. Because I didn't know all can only say no crack. And I yes when people for the entity, yes, sir, see a made in trot and check Ghana for. I tuntum, I can say a tuntum. I have cocoa, I can say a cocoa. Yantisa Baba Jama, or could you know, say, Tabwani, your giant cry. That's all your name, so your tuntum cry, that's all your fita. And not tina. And we hear you come say, Mr. Medican, as I remember what the step was watching, a body told the beer, told the Bobril. Yeah, a home meeting. I ever share 10 year day, and you may go up. I'm a Ghana for Home, Kakra. Nanya say, yeah, anyhow. Yeah, you may be a send your bear. Yeah, no, yeah, McGran can't trust a more than him, Sicano. Yeah, McGran can't trust, sir. A year high rise buildings. Yeah, my grand can't trust you, we have an nassau, and this is for no more common some, sir. Because all I'm kicking, ye nim when a memoir will happen. A true maybe pan, I will for palm, Odo Belco school. Ukuta Hibaro, not cemented them. Ghana for Monkai, cemented them, shovel them, now they go school. Paint brush, now they go school. A true maybe no, I will for them to be Tam on Toma pa. No, I cotton, no, the Kohomo school. A drew me no be cocoa dear auntie crying here, you know. Not the cocoa nacosia, not the 20 best school fees. Nana and I drink cocoa for Dwaba. No, young yama, yeah, me say education, if you beer, mo beer, baby, school, I call. 10 years a year, and this is phone from one bed, extra money idea, or one church much low. Because who could do a chair? And someone more can more position what we are not there. I'm about Bema, I don't know, Miss Owen said. Mukutasa solutions when you are adding. I didn't do so by a motor me answer. And no one 7 year economy, poto, Oko, figures ya, a war mujaya, and yet growth of part 3.4 and ujai. na Rollins kura oyo so jani kura ja 3.7 na nyamo be gina on mu so no mom ni mu sevia because mo asamu ni obi a ho mo ni obi a ho no you tisa wo be challenge John Mahama pe oh ni edidi watam the Ghana 4% ya kokko yanim dia mo hwe adwuma na Kufuado ani ba wo mi aye no na mo nto wo adwuma no so ma wo because that means room for you who ye who be mo and see who be
ASEM high need 100 points Peter
yeah tiane say ma me catch us MPP and to kwana fu ompe na storm ni atase and then wo fa se otifie etie no kura hu say wo fa we de wonsem ya wo kai de aye for ba one ensem na wo kana nsisi so wo kwa na wa kwa be contradict ho nua ano na wa ha say no
yeah
aya Ghana web and e bo ho no ye wura ba wumia Ose mama deserve no credit for fixing dumso. Ose my mama abaso say was solve dumso. O kan 2017 omo brabam. It is a wo kase. Ya fix dumso a. Na che say wo tena twantro wo vice president economic management team chama say. Mama fix dumso ba my mo na baso. Na ne argument ne say mama na di dumso ne ba nti wa fix ya. E me mo na baso. And today, a near establishment of Mahama. And near my yet so ye nyina mankani ande na ahoɔden ama agina so no ne nyina president mama na de bae wo kai car power ye de car power ba se de nkofo super okoma ene no omo de akota krade wo kai Ameri power plant ye de ba wo mo super ye okoma ene Kumasi problem ba ene ye de akɔ Kumasi no the vision of President Mahama no they are enjoying it and you are not ashamed you have been ungrateful unia ye kakra Amunka 1 megawatt. You had 4 megawatt. Our problem was capacity generation. I don't know you were John the money, Mama, best solve my until the neck. You know, can you award in the grass? Who management now, Momayano, and I'm more senior. So please, if you don't know, don't mislead people. Because kindergarten, you come me a go say you were John the money, Mama, and this capacity generation women number can and ne Amaya Yinamakania what the added ejinaso. And you are Yasa. Na Ghana for isi ukasa se ya Ghana ni bia wo tie onim no kwa na ni bo fu MPP ni a wo tie ya onim no kwa no wo a wo ya MPP communicator o tie ukasa ni bo fu because wo MPP aban ba ye no omo fa hwe emeka ye power generation ho omo nya hwe ye wura John Dramani Mama establishment forget trouble gas go and check $1 billion investment ye wura John Dramani Mama ye ene na ye nya so fa so e de na ma ye the car mama bosia wo boy no or the year proper investment for the country and on the yenya so fast one there what have you done incompetent sika die basa sika munya na wiema adade ye wiema adade over me kanga na vontie ni ye wura Kufuado and na yam petrol yesu say petrol ni boye dioni ade ne 125 ministers all the deputy ministers, the appointees, me can't say what they see content na me deba no. The appointees are more flat staff house. Over, woman na sabre ya Yesu sa petrol boya de no. Empre woman na wamubu petrol ni free. Vieta kesia, womu tu kwa ya convoy ya muhu about 50 V8 na saso no. Woman na petrol no wamubu ni free. You were Kufuado say yes, can be no high private jets, no they call them wiem and daddy will wiem. That is the situation we are finding ourselves now. And Panuphobe bre bubru ja over 2,000 plus. And omubu petrol ni free. And the pressure no ye the above good ordinary Ghanaian so. Taxi driver no sorry I want breath. Trotro driver no sorry I want breath. Namu na V8 mu. Dia me yakransa president etu kwako baby within the country akonya wo betra so no ya mani V8 baako eno so ne afele tank ma na taxi driver ni tiaka na wo bre onya ni sales over mama nka sambintro empreya me no kase kokrom ana amafo bebre wo mo nam fom anti traffic na kura widi su amafo vakas amafo paki cars. Because who took can over at the end of the day, si ka would be coffee akoba akoma kura wunya. It will be quite duma power. It's also tough war. A good cam no the car duma. Or she car be one in some day now. Want to me, no packing a can one and for no for trotro. People income level and cost through, but expenditure is high. Yeah. Go to the market today. That is the reality we are talking of. Mania, no, can't. Pawamia, Anita is also can say economy no, you blame on this. Me no ti kroma na yewura bawomia economic management team chairman say adamo ne honhom akabrechire ewiem atumfo na ma economy na jija principalities and demons enya bawomia na kaye woni nwu ho I don't know some people for no they don't read their leaders and sanomakasa. You say some things to contradict yourself. The vice president of the Republic of Ghana, the economic management team chairman, the economic maestro say, and nay, ahunya here, ahochira, yesidi na hwadi akofom no, eya damo ne honhom, akabrechere, ewiema tufo, incompetent at its peak. Bon, MPP abai, woma bon, and we have to tell them.
But I say, honestly, your time, is well spent. My main kind message in the kakra. When you say good morning, McJerry, the NDC people have no shame. This Peter Kwesi Mensah has got a gut to sit there and talk and twist facts. As if Ghanaians do not know the NDC's capabilities. They will have the shock of their lives in 2024. Our question of the free UK. Another by Master Planner, incoming national coordinator. Also, what is happening in Boku is very irritating. Please, we need peace. The security men should continue working harder to ensure that peace will prevail. Regards to Dr. China, incoming national treasurer. When you say good morning, McJerry, I sometimes wonder if NDC communicators talk against the hardship in this country. So they know these things, and we were sleeping in darkness for 5 good years. Are they not ashamed when they are talking about education? Tony, Kaswana Dubai. Mystic Wonder and Sawama Duejiri. Or say Nana and Dr. Bawumia-led government has lost credibility. And Ghana is in this unbearable economic hardship today due to their mismanagement of the economy. Reckless borrowing, extravagant expenditures. Nanado should stop living like Arabian king and cut down the profligacy. Never again to this insensitive, corrupt, and treacherous, clueless government. Mystic Wonder. In Shaba na Kadifri Ashaman. Also, good morning, McJerry. Nana Bawumia. MPP government is working very hard to put things back on the track. I feel so sad if I see the NDC and John Mahama talking about the economy. Meanwhile, they have forgotten they sent us to the IMF for policy credibility. Ishraba and Elka. When you say good morning, McJerry, tell MPP man that he should not compare us to America. One for Udiyama. When you say McJerry, Ghanaians are descending, and that time is coming when no politician would mount a stage to campaign because there is no priority in the eyes of our leaders. Some would rather donate 50,000 to some funeral than to use the money to remedy the situation of our children. MC Abrampa. Where's about Jerry? MPP leaders should wake up because this year polling station elections is very bad. We need not to lose the 2024 election. Also, Chachama Makiba. And a proposal. Wafake in the plan station, now say, Brother Mark, Tower West MP to stop that NDC hypocrisy and propaganda. His Excellency President Nana didn't go to IMF. E-levy is coming. Yeah, that was it. Leviticus power, South Africa as well. Also, Ghanaians must learn his support. Ghanaians must learn to support the e-levy, the most innovative revenue generation machinery proposal, because the repercussions of the alternative IMF loan, like unemployment freeze and public workers laying off, just to mention few, and think of the free SHS. Leviticus power is with us. Positive change. Or say, going to the IMF is not a real headache for Akufo-Addo and his people. After all, IMF is not an abattoir that kills. The issue is how the world is going to uncover the acute figures in our books, the stringent measures to curtail their opulent display of cash, mismanagement of the state resources, and the lack of self-dependence to steal the little left. positive change. Where is the salam alaikum, Mark Jerry? Please, Ghana, we should come together and fight this government. Where you Isa in Sawum Zongo. Noah the ag builder or said the people's choice and you the man the man that can help MPP break the 8. We hope he is a visionary to lead the party. Okay, that's why. And the messages and all. But at time we have just 9 minutes to go. We're unable to discuss the other story. Because your time no go. I said we need very important. It is exhausted. Okay, my mama just a few minutes to talk about the Supreme Court ruling and the parliamentary. Asani, a few minutes to talk about.
Yo, Menasi, as I'm a Governmental, Honorable IP, baby, Obia.
Okay.
Métier on former MP for Insuan.
Yeah.
And now you're MPP. Well, you're MPP now. You are Insuan. I am métier no. You say MPP. They don't like a form war. Yes. No. That man, Tanka, has Odaso. A war. A ben road safety. Asian accident. Of course, be lower. It is high time, say, within a few years now, they consider him and move him to become part of the road safety.
All right. Okay.
Now, Mark.
Quick one, yeah.
Say, Oman Munyet, Anka, Omon Co crunch. And some year canon. Obian Wabba bonus stream now or can be big cake. Also, be Sunday test to be there be a test, a honorable or say, may make an NDC phone. I remember very well. You see, when you are in opposition, when you are no many I'd mark about Fimo and Jennifer Quimo. Jennifer Quimo then started Yacha Papa Prime FM home side. Now, Saturday night, doom solo, a general pano. Ya was so Bahamas, ya was so in Dinamo or man, a cobo. And no, when you are power. Jennifer Queen, your person, woman, as a NDC. I'm sorry, but what is happening is that the realities on the ground tells us that things are not good. Ghana, who quite hear more, I'm champion, but I stand to be corrected. Your Bobosia for DK poison. And your DCS or Maria the Crown, no more buy. And now it's a canoe, I'm a man who are caught me. It's canning, I had the crab, but it's canning in essence within the enterprise. Companies need prudential data banks are essence and commissioner or your friend is saying lows are or G commissions need to know or Gilo no sa commissions no on Fabi Morgan Abosiani
Peter.
Minia.
Yes, sir.
Minia Alaska Kutete, a citizen president, a sitting AGYEMAN president, or T and Panty yet young. On, sir, or mine may be a yedron. And Kamia say, yeah, Danny be to favor a particular cause. And it is very, very yeah. Constitution on. Then time and son, I had and common sense. The Constitution was born out of common sense. It yadi bia, adibia what Constitution will no embra. Nasin ye hu ye hu ye nipa no. We yet what kwa Jesus ye mu we ain't see a bebo. We ain't see a bebo anti financial con. Supreme Court ruling said Deputy Speaker.
Yeah.
Obet me atwaba. Wabua or president no. Me susu ye me hu say that rather contradict with the provision in the Constitution. Oko article 102 na. Maminka 101. The Speaker shall preside in Parliament at all settings, and in his absence, a Deputy Speaker shall preside. And then 102 say, a quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of all the members of Parliament. Parliament Constitution say, "Sayako emrashe bedwamua." Ansa na mrashe bedwa adwuma no betimi akoso a day no. In case say 1/3 of the people na omako parliament no, omo na betimi ama ya start adwuma. Na deɛ ɔte agwamu ni deɛ ɔnka saa wanted no ɛntena yɛ prakyɛ sɛ mmarahyɛ badwamufo a ɔmaba parliament a na yɛbɛyɛ parliament adwuma no deɛ wɔte agwamu no ɔnka ho irrespective of who he is enti munti ha also Supreme Court acknowledges this provision but Supreme Court na be rule say na wo kotena agwamu a wobetimi ato aba what is the implication in the first place wa wote agwamu na nkasa no constitution no acknowledge you say you are part of members of parliament present for parliament business adwuma ya be ya ne na parliament no constitution no acknowledge you say we are present enti eba ne say na wo bi a wanya present okwakoto ba yemfa ne say omo manko parliament for a day and so obi anko parliament a ontumi nto aba yanka nchen say o member of parliament febia afija ekwabere na wa ma parliament but emem say o ye mrache badwam ni ma afija kwabere fonti ye the vote e ka ho you can't do that the person is absent enti the same way article 102 makes the deputy speaker presiding absent as part of members of parliament present. It is a Supreme Court and the ruling but say the person can vote rather say it contradicts with article 102.
Okay.
So what I say, not to go to the constitution article 111 or more the right to come out with their own standing orders. Obeko standing orders 109 say deputy speaker presiding shall not vote. I'm not even not to go there. The constitutional provision
standing order no Supreme Court no.
And I can not to even go there no. The provision the constitution nankasa no. The Supreme Court patches and the standing orders is not needless.
Okay.
Someone can say you been from not just all parties the standing orders is needless.
All right, so that's
what you are trying to do. To me there, well, maybe who is say then democracy no, then constitution yes still trust.
Okay,
just to favor 11 binti say your mamra no and then ye
yo Mark who say near me near you can say see you hear if one other car my hon abeko
that carpenter no
of course enti se pobi oba interpreting mremu amaye me ate ho ase hefa na abeko
court ya
enti o maye omodwuma wi a esi den ye den na wo begina hanom challenge wom womra womno mo honom ne ewiase nyina nim say the Supreme Court the supremacy of this country the law omno ma wi adarim 2012 ye call a petition ye the petition call a year to aba. The word Shah was killed by Justice Atukuba. The word Shah, a mandatory, was killed by Justice Atukuba. Because on him said, you see, the polling agent shall sign. The polling agent shall sign. A could do no more one sign. You calculate na and a woman 960. Ora Mahama so at the 300,000 in the BT. And they said, no, Ebekotiam. Atukuba, ekotena not in ni Atukuba, Adinyina, Sulegbedegbe, Akotobanfu, dissenting. Yankari. Now, sir, NDC for any judges in there. It is a Jinamwani Ekura. Because if in another breso, and I want you to any judges so. You will chrome her, and may a judges. Ekum, Edwom Kogu baby, Anke Yashiwom. Yamina Yadumna Bofobi, a copy of Suni. Yet in chrome her, Emman Crofobie was from Mumuntia Trio, the Mumuntia Trio. Echo did the Chief Justice attempt. I can't someone who hear me to me canwa. Actually, Chief Justice. Edwom Kogu. John Mahama ni connect them mostly. Echo find a amount of pardon.
No, any good deal.
Well, that's how I'm account because I did.
To me, so to me, master pardon. No,
and you know what to me, no, Obi. Sankaya Mahama, Ninia Babi, Nankaya, Chief Justice, and not Honuma. Uncle Mano, Sa pardon.
So they can yeah,
come again. Do one summer court, more deforcer, or say there are so many ways to kill a cat. Oh, judge, see, somewhere you can.
Supreme Court. Hey, yeah, tia no bien no nim de sin hom. 90 CDS and he cannot say obi or ye intellectual claw ye he crown or ye illiterate. Ebi ni near from mama starting cool. They are intellectual fools. That's how I see them. Because no sensible person will prefer to go into this military era. The best form of the worst form of democratic era no, is better than the best form of military era. Yet Yama Rollins have died and said, one man, one house, one man, one toilet, one man, one car, one man, one bicycle. Ama Obabesia, Matesco, Kofodia, it is not to truck with some polynemuma. Yen you know who you could buy, and then intellectuals or more chrome hanum. He said Professor Tukubanum, Olivanum, and almost pretty cool. Okay. Because Mama who said, a memona, a kufa dubuno. I am memoir, and hey, yeah, baby, I can't corner. Almost a kakuyan and nache.
Okay.
8 years, Ramo. Put the Mopekuaya, Mokoti country will be no Mokotim and Amunya. Judges in Aka, or watch them, no watch them. And yet, I say, yeah, because Mono, Mohote, Robert said, Ashama MP, and there's no good to make a change, pick a seat. You behave that is a langard, no ever shall made so.
Okay. Higher need 100.9. Mama, do I do any? Sorry. 0302243540. 0302257902. Marche. Oh, where's the man? So okay. For next one, uncle. Maybe to Marche. Hello, Marche. Hello. Okay, you're for where? Marche. You too, uncle. I go so.
Empawaka. I mean, you are an acquisition. The Bioya Michiano. And your incoming guitar organizer, Army Accounting, Yamana Basnet, Masumo Obo, and I could Yuki Zoa, who's a cop branch, Tamai, our UK for Venezuela, Ontumabama, and the Usu. Now, Jerry, I mean, can't say Peter, because say, and your end is so. Because I end is a sort of doom. I got tell you about it. I call vetting somewhere 70 June over. There are 100 roofs every side. There are what I could say. A plan bear so no better so also would do so. Look at you are say. To set up a gana. And you make our any management and I uncle and I'm about the loss. And and the young man to cook oil, and from we are planting and yet, that can only start there. Magdalene, and then we are sad. And you're going to have a
okay, Medas, and I'm going to phone Sina Mifa over for one patch. Match. You choose of money.
Thank you more than and more coming up in incoming Peter organizer. Hey, Peter, no, I'm a belendy, a student catch up for Pakajan, some friend. The papa and the assembly. But then we make an when they didn't know. Now, it's some COVID by any day of Russia and see if you're a fan. I want to near your month near Westminster Cabinet in Kunya. No, it's no one to do your money, say, and you may be to my back from Kaka, and they are maximum minor. Not them go for the say a bonabaso. They say I married and this is for the buyer. Oh, them echo for honorable boy change our quan. And we are taking said the mom. It's the make a change and say at the brack. The end never again. Only a minute.
May I say, maybe your mamma over frame. Memoache. Yami Adam, you too.
All the way from Cantamanto.
That's all.
I'm going to papa planet my palm. The patrol, Minty, a big car come here, former energy minister. Papa in able to Frank Ama and Papa, my papa, and Uncle Poinsano. But I will be a Samoa, Miss Papa, and a last welcome professor, Amia Akofi, or Banasha Chamai. Papa, the Otaka Kaino, or Baba really have down, Papa and Uncle Poinsano. The patrol, India and this is not the one, the friend Adama, also Sungata. na etani o the tell me o see the over pa hey na the okasa tintim o den masa the man me tell so obi abaka to on the so dum so bia no boa na o company when the anye hu president akufa do ba no ba na da roma alo man kan e gira so and obi abaka ta bia boa Elevi, and this is one of the 11 about my baby, and
okay. Mesdames, c'est ma même fois, oui, mais pas trop, mais moi, tu vois, et tu vois. Yanko. Yes, sir.
We've got interpretation. This is one for uncle near the said look at Yakono Kogu. Your friend is there. My day. Papa Cook said, make a fortune one. Now, Unim Sagana, on which Ghana better call. That's simple. I tower Ghana Hano. I had the congress in the Munina Epic. No, Marco Chamin grass. I got us a gun interest. That time, election time. Now, first the guy you try to go. And this is better mono. Come on, and be and come once. Now, your mamma, dear question, what vice president? Mamudu Baumiana, Yemi, Yama position, Mamma, dear, obey. Pass me anti no, but near
Oh, Jai. Myself, me for last one. Me back match. Yes, sir, it's you.
Sorry, Shaman able to need
You, last one.
I mean, never must have you who Shankan men or Quacker Pump. Still maintain a B and wood. Collect Mrs. Kitcheno, Elkifana over Chama, 2000, two soon as I you. Dear me, can I say, as that can you make that when your administration this year immediately would take action. I mean, so many so Roman Panini, young fun step Petroni and San Kennedy. The Petrono on Yankuponam Jacofoso or the Amayan, Omford in Soyastane. No credit to work. Nanyama every day meant to be almost 20 yamum, and the Petro call. It was so, but two Cobert turned up per barra, but Tommy and our company. Nemo Diego consume 50 Juma. Then you come and because almost interest in tea. Granny, and then for someone 1 year went to come. Then young Crank some ne wa, do the agree, and to one can want to patrol. So my name will give you my pa. The production Martin, Nemo Diego consume in the Jumano. That's it, and I'm about to ask my Michael Ghana.
Mesdames, I had your DC. It's a little. Yada say Obabeka.
Yo, any my Jeremy Smith, yeah, Papa Muno, yeah, you could do what?
Yeah,
you better try say you better patronizing me organization, no,
okay.
A diaspora watch.
Okay. All right, yeah, diaspora watch. Yeah. Okay, but that's it. Peter Kwesi
Mensa. Yeah, obi catch a minister. See, I'm baby I do as man. I'm say economic management team no yen dissolve na see no I'm say team no na ye chiwe mpo of one kwa na ye di omugo so. Ensesa no na yemfa ayifo. Na forum for development and accountable governance. Me ya adoma Monday ye.
Okoyin.
Efficient habo. Ete fish. Nti da say e tapra de Winneba and I say Accra emu bako. Watch out. Watch out. Na menu ya kojo dankwa ene menu adela. Kojo dankwa ewo Eastern region. They say ya oye enkuta hundie ahodo ne apueman temufo. Kwasem eyade a bebi a yadro no me de apueman temfo bi a oba beye the Eastern Regional Communication Officer for Eastern Region. Menu ya kojo dankwa. Nti apueman temfo nyina kojo dankwa dwuma so a wo ye no. That nipa bi say no ye nyae no region mo region nso no mutwetwe na womwa na ne nyuma pa na wo ye no even on meye your friend is a communication officer na Alex Kwakutete de me kwa akohia me de constitution ne ba on twem go fie na ma ba be ye na education no
okay but Azani
Dero na ne economy is in shambles
yeah
whatever meeting or mokoye or hono. Me answer meeting at your moko ye mu okuma.
And one more question, yes.
Until Monday on Bebana, you mokoka in or
Ref.
I don't know the problem.
Because a year will come
out. Bebano tell us, you're to tree, I know you're no number. On Bebana in Iron Master. No, Yesika, only a control among them spelling. Until Yam or Montro, the Omokoka or Montro, no more.
May I say, a Hannah Bede Jumedi is elite techo, MPP UK, or by Fia. And ye Peter Akwesimen Sanson eba become a member of the NDC communication team. Nana Yao, a yaw as Anita no or ye organizer the Liberal Party of Ghana. Woman a bebwami edumedi de bro. Happy birthday to Reverend Emmanuel Apia Dankwa. Ifri wo baba akosia boatema na nea omokane se Nyankopon inshiraw. When you're 70 years and Reverend Emmanuel Apia Dankwa. Emi ashira wo onko so no fa nshira no ye mo na wase enori ye na womuso ye nshira nti Reverend Emmanuel Apia Dankwa your happy birthday especially from your daughter Akosia Boatema abusia medi Edemark Jerry Oseyagyeman hana medi tumedi no medi si ya me ya domo a ye besan edi ahia mo Yakopon inshira obi